So you're saying to be able to go up and down the web spell? All
Yes.
right, hold on.
So, like, if it's on flat
Boots
terrain, to be able to walk across it with no issues.
What was it? Boots of spider climbing?
Yeah. Or I don't know if it's specifically boots or if it's specifically slippers. I don't know if it matters what type of footwear have the spider climbing on them.
I am waiting for you to decide before I chime in.
I don't know if I'm gonna make a decision right now. So, see how complicated. I gotta see what I'm opening myself up to.
Well, basically, so what they normally do is, right, well, you wear these light shoes, you can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. You have a climbing speed equal to your walking speed. However, the slippers don't allow you to move this way on a slippery surface, such as one covered by ice or oil. So the thought process here being it's not a slippery surface, it's like a textured, like sticky surface. And if you can walk up the side of a goddamn wall or upside down, with no issues, you should be able to just go through spider webs. It's also fitting for what I want to do with them.
I know this is part of your quest to turn Kick Puncher into Spider-Man.
Yes! How could you tell?
Hold on, I'm reading.
But how do I shot web?
Oh, baby girl, when level 11 happens, when level 11 happens, do I have something for you?
Oh boy.
It only comes out of your anus, though, so I have to cut a
Well,
hole in your robes.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's okay.
this is the weirdest bird I've ever seen.
It's
like
the
Kenku
more
Monk, I feel
authentic
no shame.
experience. That's how do you think it comes out of spiders?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm mostly okay with it until I'm not. How about that? Like, I don't think it'd be too broken considering seems like it's only 20 feet. Trying to read the spell now.
Yeah, web is, I think, only 20 feet.
Probably okay with it.
I'm going to message you one other thing because if the answer was no, I was just going to do this instead, but it's not as thematic, so I didn't want to do it.
Yeah, I'd rather do the other thing.
Hey! Everything is right with the world.
There we go.
All right, so can I chime in now?
Also, fuck you, Yay. Fuck you.
Yes.
So my thing was that if you look under the monster manual for giant spider, Webwalker, which granted the ability to ignore movement restrictions caused by webbing, is a separate ability to spider climb, which lets them climb difficult surfaces, including upside down to ceilings, without needing to make an ability check. Which is
So
what
you're
which
saying
is
that
what
I should you're saying I should not allow him to do this.
I mean. It's too late now. You said you're okay with it.
Actually, what I
I
said
mean,
was I'm okay with it until I'm not. I left
all I'm
myself an out.
saying is the workaround would probably be more annoying for you than this.
Yes, I agree with that.
Can I just ask why I need to be able to climb
Don't worry
webs?
about it.
Okay, all right.
I said I think his gauntlets of rope are more powerful, but let's just say that's probably true. But I'm okay with turning him into Spider-Man too, so I'm on board with it.
There we go.
Can you imagine being able to be in a room and then run upside down and then web people from above? I'm really excited for this to happen.
All campaigns are outdoors with no trees anymore.
I have something for that too, just in another level.
Look, I played a lot of Spider-Man games. Let me tell you, he very rarely actually hooks his web onto anything.
Hooks it on the sky.
Yeah, you just shoot it and it goes somewhere. Passing airplane, I don't know.
Wait. Yeah, what level do I get? Fourth level
Seth here?
spells.
It's quiet.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey!
I just need 2 seconds. We're ready to go.
Take your time.
I went too far ahead. Oh, it's not till 13th level. At 13th level, it doesn't matter where we are, you'll always have a ceiling. What?
Huh?
Does the ceiling get in the way of my lightning bolts or no?
I mean, yes. Why do you hate me?
We'll figure something out.
We can compromise. Call your commune of animals to negotiate the ceiling.
How many bears do I need to lift this ceiling to call lightning bolts down?
Only one. His name is Norse.
All right, kick puncher. What happened last time?
Oh boy.
To sum it up, we did
You
a
have to
thing.
say it in a different voice though.
I mean, nothing happened with our group, so next session, let's do it. We don't know in character any of the stuff that
Yeah.
happened. So
Sure, you can't mix player knowledge and character knowledge.
no, we the Valley Girl Rogue Squad infiltrated the manor of what's his name, Bordwell Martell.
Wall Martell, yes.
Sure.
Quite expertly, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, we did a great job. We snuck in through windows. We came up with a whole plan where Tiffany gets captured, quote unquote, and then someone else sneaks up top, Stephanie, I believe. And then two of us go inside and try and steal the codes, and then all the other fun stuff. And lots of cool stuff happened. Nothing bad happened. We were
Our
just really,
ranged
really
DPS
good.
let us down entirely.
I mean, you did literally inject a dude from halfway across a hallway with a syringe.
I mean, I did great, but the guy who was supposed to be on the
I
balcony.
don't. I seem to recall like 5 misses in a row while trying to.
I recall
put down a
watching
wizard.
watching the video and seeing that myself.
There is one dead dog as a
Yep,
result
yep,
of these
yep.
failures.
Boomeranged in the face.
Oh,
You know what?
broke the boomerang.
The guy on the balcony or girl on the balcony may not have hit with shots, but she called things out to keep
Yeah.
everything moving.
Yeah. And then there was also a great little combat moment downstairs. Mackenzie just pulled something completely out of her ass to get that code. It was beautiful.
Hmm.
Anyway, everything all went according to plan. We got the deed for the shop in the inner city. So now we're going to set up a blacksmith, is what I wrote down.
I think there's some disagreement on what you're setting up. But yes, I recall that it was a blacksmith as well.
And that was it.
So
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
did a
Then we
little
had
bit
the,
more.
yeah, we had the options at the end. Lucius gave us some choices about in order to sneak into Lockport, we need to basically get on a different ship. And so we had some options, and we decided to go take out a ship coming out from Hadover. And that's where we left off.
Yep, so we'll pick right back up there. So yeah, there's a long ship, which is heading north from Hadover Grove, with a manifest of timber and research supplies. If you recall, so you had made plans to intercept said vessel before it returned to Lockport. Are you guys still on the map?
Yes.
Yes.
So just south of Lockport, you guys will basically be able to intercept them. So we will pick up right there if everyone's ready.
Yes.
I am ready.
Mm-hmm.
So we are fully rested but still level 10, correct?
You're fully rested, but still level 10. Yes. I believe that you'll be level 11 for the end of today. But who knows? You guys do weird shit sometimes. It goes
Haha,
You
maybe
would
we'll end at
never.
level 13.
Listen, anything can happen.
That boat may be tied up with spider webs. You never know.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that. So Lucius addressed you and he goes, "All right, my darlings, we're about 1 day from the intercept points. We're only going to get one shot at this. If they make it past us, then we'll have the whole Royal Army on top of us. So I hope you guys are ready. I would describe the crew more as lovers than fighters. So if it's okay with you, I'll probably have them hide down below while you guys take care of business. What's your plan for the gaggle that you have over there? And he gestures at your horde of NPCs. So I just need to know who you guys are taking into combat and who you are not.
They have their own free will. Just let them decide.
They all go downstairs.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Nope. Jimmy is sharpening his. Nope. Hold on. He's got a hammer. I think he's
Yeah, he's got a
Uh,
hammer.
sharpening his hammer.
Monster Hunter.
Whatever
does-
you
that's
do
what
to
you
hammers to
to
prepare them
hammers.
for battle.
Monster Hunter rules.
Art-
I love a set.
Arthur is drawing like tribal tattoos on his face with war paint, ready to rock.
Wait,
I-
what's with the saddle? Have we finished the saddle for Pinchy?
So the saddle for Pinchy is not done yet. That
but
actually
he's
just
not,
happened.
he's
the
not level 3
previous-
yet either, right?
He's
Jimmy?
not, so he can't.
So yeah,
He can't cavalier yet.
But soon.
yes.
So
I mean,
I will say the saddle will be done conveniently the same day that Jimmy hits level 3.
okay. Jimmy can come, but he's to stay way in the back and
Okay.
take care of stragglers.
Yeah,
or
so on the
escapees.
boat, I think it's Arthur, Mool, Del, Jimmy, you guys, Lucius,
Pierre.
and the crew. Pierre. Oh my God, how could I forget Pierre?
So we're taking Pierre and we're taking
Yes.
Del, right?
Pierre and Del.
Right, so, all right. So we'll say everyone else is gonna hide down below, which is fine.
Yep.
So you guys continue on. So you skirt a wide berth around Lockport, avoiding the patrols as well as ostensibly a dragon that's looking for you, an ancient red dragon, as it were. And can I get perception checks from everyone?
It's my best.
I'll
score.
give you advantage, Norse, because of
Okay.
your long sight.
Nah.
Wow. It's a good thing I have some sweet goggles. That still suck.
Did I roll?
I don't see
didn't.
it.
Fuck.
You gotta
I
do a
should
slash,
just-
man.
I forgot the slash. Yes. Sorry, rusty.
First day.
Yep. There's a shitty one, and here comes a good one. Yep. Yeah, there we go.
Wow. So is the
Advantage
highest
does
as
me no
well?
good.
Highest is a 12. What
Right,
about Pinchy?
So, it's kind of foggy, and the weather is starting to pick up. You see that it's pretty turbulent with wind and rain, which maybe obstructs your vision. So you're almost on top of this long ship before you see it. But when you are about 300 feet away, you see a ship similar size to your own, but with no sails, right? It's just got oars
Mhm.
moving up the coast, heading towards Lockport. And you hear Lucius go, "Ahoy!" or whatever the fuck pirates say. They see other ships.
I think that's correct.
So this is going to be Theater of the Mind, because I could not find a good map for a ship battle, but I think you guys can do it.
Okay. I draw my sword and jump out of the ship.
You fall into the water.
All right, so I'm actually going to have you guys roll initiative at this point, just so we have an order established.
Okay.
Or start doing.
Was there some special thing we had to do to
Oh.
get our thing to show up?
Yeah, that was to click on your character image and then roll, but we don't have our characters on the screen.
Alright.
So Will's gonna have to
I'll-
use a
I'll keep-
notepad or something.
I'll keep track of you guys.
Wait, yeah. How the hell did you roll a good initiative? That's impossible. Reroll.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright,
you
so
beat Seth.
Noffred, 20, Nor's 18. What was Ezekiel?
14.
Mhm.
Erkin,
11.
Puncher.
15.
Is it just quiet or
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm pulling up.
I
the
can no, I
character
can
sheets.
never tell if Discord is shitting the bed again on me or
All right. So 15 for Dell. God, Jimmy's too. Kill some. Here's a 9. This is a 10.
Ooh, if I get Lucius killed in battle, I don't owe him any life debts.
Or
No, I'm pretty sure that just means you fail to complete your end of the bargain.
10 for Jim. I might juggle some of these guys around so that I don't have to go back to back to back to back to back.
fine.
All right, so Lucia shouts out to you. It's time to fight, my darlings. It's gonna move quick, and he steers the ship directly to the oncoming vessel. So I'm
I
going
could've done
to move. You wanna steer? I'm sorry. He
No,
steps
that's
away
fine.
and holds it out to you.
No,
So
I haven't learned parallel parking yet.
the ship can move at 5 miles per hour. That's not helpful. How many squares is that?
20.
I'm gonna say it can move like 100 feet per turn.
Hold on.
So,
5 miles an hour is 7 feet per second, so multiply that by 6. You're
God.
looking at about 42 and change, so about 45 feet per turn.
it's
You're
gonna-
welcome.
Thank you. It's gonna move 50 feet per turn. So he steers towards the oncoming vessel, and as you move forward, so you're about 250 feet out now, and you can see on the deck seamen, if you will,
See,
are arraying themselves on the rail and pointing crossbows at your ship. And we will go to Nostrad. So you are 200. Some of you will not be able to do anything yet, but I just want to drop it into initiative. So Nostrad, 250 feet away.
Hello, friends. I call to
Call-
them.
call like
Please choose to live.
And you
We
hear,
just want to talk, but if you're gonna try shooting at me with those bows, I hope you like swimming.
and you hear the captain go, "Arr, turn around and go the other direction." He waves his crossbow at you.
Is he a human?
They're all humans.
I feel the armor itch a little bit along my neckline. I don't take orders from humans.
You feel slightly more racist than you did before.
Now you have +2.
I seek to parley peacefully, but I repeat, if you fire at me, none shall walk away.
So you can see about 11 people, so 10 enemies and the captain on the deck. And actually, if you guys don't mind, because I did a spreadsheet to resolve all of their turns instantaneously, can you guys just give me your ace so I don't have to roll for 11 enemy combatants?
which
Aggressive
order would
or
you like our
AC?
AC in before we
Yeah,
start yelling
so-
at
Norse?
Norris's AC is 36. or subtract
12.
20 and get 16.
So is it actually 16?
Yes.
All right, Nofstrid,
19.
Ezekiel,
15.
Birkin,
18.
Big Puncher.
18.
Yeah, so it randomly rolls to assign a target, and then will randomly roll a d20 and then evaluate it against your armor class, hit or miss, and then apply damage. So it should happen
Okay.
in 1 second rather than 10 minutes of you fumbling around.
Hmm.
All right, Nofstrid, that's your turn. You're talking.
And then I drop one of my my balls next to me.
Okay, what'd you get?
I got me a panther,
Ooh, Sex Panther.
standard panther.
Of course he
Is
would
there a
correct
difference?
that. Yes.
And bonus action, I dictate to the panther, follow my lead.
I'm curious, how far can a panther jump?
It's got a speed of 50 and a climb speed of 40. I figure once we get close enough, it's just gonna like climb up the side of the hole.
Fair enough. All right, anything else? So that's your turn.
That is my turn.
All right, we'll go to Nor.
Did you say Norris?
Norse, I'm sorry, yes.
There we go.
Norse.
Sorry, you cut out at the last second there. I just wanted to make sure. Norris enters a rage, points his sword directly at the crew, and yells, "Ramming speed!" And then I'd like to roll for intimidation.
Okay. Go for it.
There we go. Whopping 13. Are they shaking in their boots?
Take your ramming speed and shove it up your ass.
I start brandishing my sword, and I'm like, "Get me closer! I'm gonna cut his fucking heart out."
Right, kick puncher.
I'm gonna use my mimicry to just repeat ramming speed as an intimidation check.
All right.
We had talked about doing something with this, but I forget what it was in regards to me using mimicry or something.
So you can use I forget what it was. Replace the skill stat should just be
Like my acrobatics or
whatever your highest skill is. Yeah, rather than relying on intelligence or wisdom, which you have 0.
All right, that'll work.
Holy shit! All right, so
Nice.
you see 4 of the pirates kind of hunker down and hide behind the rail and remove themselves from shooting position.
And then I'll just hang out.
All right.
That was supposed to happen when I did it, but you know, at least I gave someone the idea.
All right.
That's why we're a team.
I like
it. It is the enemy's turn. So 7 enemy combatants drop their crossbows on the rail and fire. All
Also,
right, here.
Just to clarify, when I said ramming speed, that was using your voice, using my mimicry.
Nice.
Gotcha.
So you were still
So
involved.
it might as well be Nora's intimidate check. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm okay
So a what do you call it? Like a flurry of arrows launches from the deck of their ship and hits yours sporadically.
Nice.
So
I would say at 250 feet, they'd have some sort of disadvantage.
they don't. They're sharpshooters.
They're
So let's
sharpshooters.
see.
Ooh.
They are. So Erkin and Dell both take a hit for 6 damage. 4 of the enemy combatants are hiding. Ezekiel narrowly dodges out of the way. Nofstrid does as well. However, the hull, Lucius standing at the helm, and the sails each take hits for 13, 12, and 12 damage. So the parts of your boat also have HP.
Oh,
Of course it does.
Great, we're gonna end up with no ship at the end of this.
I get out my
Instead of
sewing
fighting.
sewing needle.
Instead of fighting, I just spend the entire time playing fucking Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, can we get Jimmy out here with
Does
this
anyone-
hammer to start knocking on the ship to heal it or
Put it
whatever?
back together.
Does
Yeah.
anyone have the spell mend? Anybody?
I do.
Oh, nice. All right, there we go.
All right. It
Mend
is
Lucius.
So it wasn't actually him. It was, we'll say, the helm. So like the control mechanism, because he is
Gotcha.
he is his own target as well.
Okay.
So Dell runs over to Lucius and begins talking frantically, but you can't hear what he's saying on his turn. And we'll go to Ezekiel.
I'm going to cast Animate Objects. And
Trash.
Of
make a
course,
bunch
trash
of
army.
monsters on their boat.
Okay. What's the range on animate objects?
I assume it's close enough. It's 120 feet.
You're still 250 feet away.
Oh, are we?
So basically,
I thought we were closer.
so you were 300. So every turn you're gonna move 50 feet closer. On Lucius's turn, he moves the boats. It's not
Alright,
kind of
fine.
resolving it.
I figured if we could get hit by crossbows.
They have a
mean,
range of they have a
you could
range of
use-
400 feet.
Fair.
You could use the garbage as shields.
I'm gonna
He's gonna save it to cause havoc on their boat.
I'm going to
Fireball
trip and
reach, right?
cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
And so 2 Mirror Image copies of myself appear next to me.
You
So,
obviously have Tides of Chaos up right
William.
because you've rested.
Uh-huh.
Yes, yay.
Would it be too much of a stretch to use the spell Plant Growth to tie together the I assume the sails are made with natural fibers?
I knew you were gonna ask that.
They are.
Fibers?
So they are, yeah, yes.
So would I be able to pull the sails together using Plant Growth if they get punctured?
I will say that you can use it to whatever. Seth, how much does men do? Does men have an amount, or it's just
I don't
it
have mend.
mends?
Mending?
Who had mend? I swear someone said I do.
Hurricane does.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is? Let's say I'll play it like men, basically.
So mending is only up to 1 foot, I believe.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
foot.
But
That
it
sounds right.
but it has a 1 minute casting
So
time.
I'll let you restore like 10 HP to the sails. I'm gonna do
For a rank 3 slot. Okay,
that.
alright.
Okay, fine. I will let you fully heal the sails one time. How about that?
Okay. Alright. That's cool.
I think that's fair. Yeah. So the sails look fairly shredded, but not. I mean, they're still working. Obviously, you can see they're still billowing in the ship.
I'll just become a mend bot.
It's a 1 minute cast time. You'll be able to cast it one time before we're going to comp. No, you wouldn't even be able to cast it one time before we get comp.
All right. So that was Ezekiel. And we move to Urken.
Okay. So I am going to walk up to Norse. I am going to hold up my shield, and I am going to cast Jump on Norse.
Oh fuck.
So you see, as I hold up my shield, it starts to, get a little larger. You see the blinding bluish light come out, and all of a sudden, there's some little extra gears on his boots, gears, springs, and what have you. So you can now get a nice super jump onto the damn ship.
How much does that give me?
3 times, triple jump distance.
Oh
What
shit!
does that push you at?
How do you figure jump again?
It's your strength.
distance? Just so my strength is 18.
When you're doing a leaping jump, it's a high jump is 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 feet, and if you're doing a no, this is high jump.
No,
hold on.
he's long jumping, so it's just his strength.
Long jump is yeah.
Damn it! You disappeared.
Your strength score.
My strength score.
Number of
Wait.
feet up to your strength score.
If you move at least 10 feet.
on
Which
foot.
I believe the width of the deck is at least 10 feet because
Yes.
boat.
Yeah.
All right, so I got +4 to strength.
No. Your strength's
54 feet.
54 feet, so I can the longest I can jump.
Yes.
All right, so we still gotta wait.
Oh yes, we have to wait, but you have to wait less.
Yes, that's true.
Gotcha.
All right. Anything else, Norse? Or Urken? I'm sorry, Urken.
Going to take Pinchy turn him into a barrel and put him in my bag of holding.
Okay. So it is Pierre's turn. He jumps up on the rail of the ship as it crashes over the waves, and he goes, "My friends, let me tell you about some real trouble we had on the ocean one time. Me and the army of Halfling Downs fought 100 ships of invaders in a day just like this." And he goes on to tell you a rousing battle story. And you all have Bardic Inspiration, which for him is a D6.
Hooray!
A D6
Uh,
to
An ability check or
an
a
ability check.
attack roll or whatever you want to add it to.
Okay.
So it is Lucius's turn. So he steers the ship closer. So now you guys are 200 feet. I did this just to wear you guys down before you get to the ship. Otherwise, it's going to be a pointless battle. All right. So it is Jimmy's turn.
Intimidate
he
Jimmy,
just
come on.
grips his hammer a little bit tighter. He looks a little seasick, actually.
That's
All right.
intimidating.
Nostrid, you're up.
All right, so I guess I'm just gonna cast. You know what? No, I don't actually need to do that yet. So, what's the distance between us and the other boat?
200 feet.
So 60 feet ahead of us, I'm gonna use a rank 1 slot and cast a fog cloud that is 20-foot radius of 40 feet across,
Okay.
and that should buy us some obstruction from the sharpshooters.
So they have pack tactics, so you've negated their advantage. So I'll say that they have regular ability. Or
Fucking
regular
pack
rolls.
tactics.
Listen, I took it from
Yeah.
your book, so
I was
go
going
fuck
to say,
yourself.
also would use pack tactics.
All right, so we are now to Norse. No more intimidate checks.
Oh, okay.
Accomplish
Then
what you're going to accomplish with intimidate.
that's all I can actually do. I brandish my sword and just.
All right, kick puncher.
Yeah, I'm also just gonna wait.
All right, you see Dell, having finished his conversation with Lucius, run down the steps calling for Arthur. All right, and then we go to the enemy. All right, so all of the combatants are back on the field. And you can see that some of them have lit the tips of their arrows on fire.
Shit.
All right, oh, this is nice. All right, so
Endless decanter
I
of
forgot I have
water. That's
to-
all I'm saying.
tactics. So, all right, people-wise, Urken, you're hit for 10.
No.
Yep. Jimmy is hit
Shield?
for 4. Okay. What does that give you?
Plus 5 AC.
+5.
There's no way to hit
okay.
by 23.
You're good. Nope, you're good.
Yes!
Jimmy gets hit for 4. Nostrid gets hit for 7. Norse gets hit for 8.
Yes.
Everyone else missed except for the sails took a flaming arrow for 17 damage.
Can they please shoot the monk that can throw their arrows back at them?
They know.
It's random, man. It's random.
So would you say the flames on the sails is bigger or smaller than the size of a small campfire?
I would say right now it is the size of a small campfire. If you let it go a turn, it will be bigger than that.
Okay, cool.
I like to delete the HP. Wow, Jimmy does not have a lot of HP.
Just-
he's like level like 2, right?
Amazing got hit considering he has probably he
20
actually has
AC,
more
right?
AC than everyone but Nostrid, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, get
What?
that guy a shield and a better weapon.
Am I not a frontliner? I don't understand.
Oh, no, you're good. All right. We are now to Ezekiel. So you have the sails are on fire. They do not look good in general. They've taken quite a few hits. The boat has taken some hits as well. You have some injured companions, and you're 200 feet over.
I mean, you say those things like there's a damn thing I can do about it. I am pure offense.
Start blow on it.
supposed to grab a bucket. You're supposed to
How
fill it
far?
up.
How far away? How far away are we?
200 feet still.
Okay. How would you say? What would you say if I wanted to? There's got to be water buckets on the ship, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
shit. I'm gonna take a mage hand and carry one up and put out the fire on the shield. I mean, on the sail.
So
I'm good with that.
Okay.
So your mage hand comes out. Is this the first time you used mage hand? I don't think you used it before, right?
No, I've used it like once before, honestly.
he gave me a massage
I
with
say
it.
I think you're probably as far as like magic people go. Usually that's the spell that you abuse the shit out of, and we're constantly talking about
I
what
mean,
it
we
what it
already-
can
What are you
and can't
talking
do.
about, Will?
We have another person here who massively uses spells, so
That's true.
I
So
don't
why
really
bother?
need to.
So you guys see a
So
magical
the
hand
sorcerer's
fly
apprentice
away,
happens.
fly away from Ezekiel and carries a water bucket up and douses the sails. So the fire's out. However, they still look pretty shredded.
Yeah, that's my
We'll go to Urkin.
Okay.
Wait, did Lucius get a turn? Are we? Oh no, he is at the end of
He's
the turn. Never mind.
He moved his turn. You guys are 50 feet closer.
I'm going to take out my decanter of endless water. I'm going to call out to. Is Arthur like within earshot of me?
So you heard Lucius running down the stairs calling his name. So I'll say yes, he's in earshot of you.
All right. So I'm going to yell out for Arthur to come up and grab the decanter when he can.
Okay.
I don't suppose I can hear him responding. Maybe, hopefully.
Nothing yet.
All right. Well, we'll hope. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the shield and cast jump on myself.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. Pierre really can't do anything. Just paces back and forth on the rail. Same thing with Jimmy. So we are to Lucius. So you guys move 100 or 50 feet closer. So you're through the fog wall.
Yeah, it was 60 plus 40, so
So we should be like in the fog wall, right?
Yeah.
should be
right.
inside the fog.
All right. So you're in the fog wall right now. All right. Just because I gotta maintain the pack tactics thing. So all right, you're inside the fog wall right now. So you'll have disadvantage if you fire back. Though I'm not sure if anyone has 150 foot range. All right, we're back to the top of the order. Nofstrid.
So, I nod over to my panther, protect the runt, bring him below, and I motion my attention towards Jimmy, and then I walk over to the mast of the ship, and I cast plant growth on it and knit the sails back together, and then I take partial cover behind the mast.
Okay, so you recover the sails back to full HP. So you see as Nofstrid casts a spell, the hempen sails reknit themselves into a vibrant green. Little flowers bloom.
Yeah.
And his name is
Pretty.
Flowers. All right, Norse. We're getting closer, Norse. How's your blood
Yes.
rage?
Still raging and frothing and spitting and getting ready to jump.
All right, kick puncher. Almost within range of you two.
I'm gonna stay put until we're through the fog.
So you guys hear Dell and Arthur running back running up the stairs and onto the deck. And you hear Arthur turn to Urkin and go, "What did you need?"
I give him the water of endless decanter and tell him how to use it to make sure the ship does not catch fire.
And he we got something else we're working on right now. Maybe call Mool up to do that, and then he hands it back to you. And runs over, and you guys can see at the front of the ship there's something covered by a big tarp. That Arthur and Dell are taking the tarp off.
Give it to Jimmy. Have him do it. The
That's
water.
a good call, actually. Good call.
All right, so we're now to I got so used to that initiative thing so quickly. It's chaotic bullshit that I'm doing. All right, enemy's turn. All right, they shoot.
I tried to make them shoot all at me.
All right, let's see. Norris takes 9 damage.
Oh,
Jimmy
no.
takes 8 damage. Ezekiel takes 4 damage. Norris
No,
takes
I
another
don't.
10 damage. Oh,
Does Jimmy
Shield.
get partial cover from my my Panther shield? I did instruct the Panther to go guard him.
So the Panther takes damage.
Sure, the Panther takes 8 damage.
So
Ezekiel, you shield.
No. D20 roll 6 higher. You hit one of my duplicates.
Oh, okay, that's right. I forgot you cast.
And the duplicate
Okay.
has same AC, I think. Probably. No, less. 12 AC.
I mean, you got. I forgot. Do they have 1 HP or they have
Yeah.
more?
1 HP.
All right, so one of the duplicates goes down. So I'm not sure where we left. So Norris, you would take another 10 damage. You
Yeah, so
might have got that
19.
already. Yeah.
Yep.
The hull takes 3 more damage, and then the sails take 21 damage.
and I yell, "You sons of bitches!"
Sons of motherless goats.
All right. On the deck of their ship, you can see that there is a small catapult at the front of the ship, which is turned in your direction and fires as well. A basket of like flaming pitch hits the deck for 25 damage. All right, so the deck is on fire. It is bigger than a campfire, yay.
Thank you. Did you know why I asked you?
Because you were going to put it out with prestidigitation.
No, Druidcraft, but yes, basically the same.
Fine, same thing.
Prestidigitation for druids.
So, how
Exactly.
many gallons of water would you say is required to put out the pitch?
An endless amount, would you say?
I would say you would require an endless amount of water.
What if there's also mashed food in there?
If there was what?
Mashed. The food is bland but nourishing. So I'm assuming some kind of porridge.
Oh my god, yeah, just use water. It's around it's around you in every direction. I'm sorry. Create food, water, and hemp does not solve every problem. Alright, I lost track of where we were. Alright, the enemies went, Dell went, Ezekiel. You're at 150 feet.
Okay.
Are we getting close to your range? I think it's up there.
I cast Fireball just high enough above the ship to basically only affect the surface of the ship.
You're just trying to get the people. So I'm going to say that, I mean, you're not going to do like critical damage, but I just don't see any way that you don't like light the ship on fire, at least a little bit.
I figured.
Yeah, it's not going to do any kind of damage, but the ship will be on fire, so it'll take damage until you get to it.
Okay.
But all right, what's the radius on fireball again? Jump around.
20 foot radius.
All
So
right, super.
No, it's more than that.
each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn it was bigger.
It's
So I'm
20
gonna say-
foot radius, meaning a 40-foot diameter.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that you can either get the ballista and 6 enemies or all of the enemies.
Ballista
Based on
and 6
where-
enemies.
6 enemies, perfect. All right.
And they must make a DC 16 save.
Do they look Dexy?
They're super shitty guys. Random seafarers.
Not the answer I thought I was gonna get.
Oh, all right. First guy say.
Jesus.
Wow.
Jeez.
Wow.
Oh my God. Whoa. Oh, there's a fail. There's a fail.
So
What was it?
2.
Shit.
16.
16.
All right, so
Yeah.
two failures. The
This is-
ballista or the catapult, I'm sorry, cannot dodge you, so I'll say it takes max damage.
So 34 damage and 17 damage to the ones who saved.
All right, so you see two of them burst into flame and fall over the side of the deck into the ocean.
Rip.
The other ones do not look good. The deck of the ship is on, but not too bad. Probably similar to what yours looks like.
How's the ballista look? Is it exploded?
It's not exploded, however, it is on fire. Looks not great.
So I want to afterwards, after seeing everybody start falling off the ship, scream over and say, "How fare you now? Stand down or suffer more."
And you hear the captain go, there's no surrender. Our fate would be worse than death with Bellfire and this man. We fight to the last. And you
I'm
see
gonna fuck
Kirk
him up.
Wait,
Okay.
We fight to save.
All right. All right. So we are now to Birkin.
Okay. So since I still have the decanter of endless water, and there's a giant fire on the ship,
Please tell me
What?
he's shot Mayo.
mayo everywhere.
Decanter of endless mayo.
No, that's the alchemy jug. Never mind. That's
Yeah.
I
the
was
one.
gonna say, I'm pretty sure the decanter of endless water only has water.
Alright. But yeah, so I am going to, well, ask for gallons of water and become a firefighter.
All right. So, just pulling up the decanter of endless water.
Do what?
I'm pulling up the decanter of endless water because we make a lot of jokes. I'm actually not sure what it's capable of.
Oh,
It's capable.
it can
of
make a
endless water.
geyser.
It's capable
Oh,
of
yeah.
death for
30
being
feet.
A fucking uncommon one.
Yeah, it does a lot. All right, so I'll say you can spend your action putting the fire.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so what does the decanter of endless water look like, by the way?
All right.
Assuming
so
steampunk as fuck.
no, that would just be ridiculous. Come on, why would it be steampunk? No, it looks it looks like a weird mason jar, and everyone's like, "What the hell is this thing?" And then all of a sudden, you see two rods come out, form a circle, and then it just shoots out like a fucking geyser.
Nice. So you use your decanter and you douse the deck, putting out the burning pitch, stopping the deck from burning anymore. Anything else?
Can I look towards? I guess where was Arthur?
So Arthur and Dell ran to the front of the ship, beyond like the front mast. And you see that they're in the process of pulling a giant tarp off of something up front.
And there's no way to tell what that is at this moment.
It's not no way to tell, unfortunately.
Is it close enough for me to like start walking over there?
Sure.
I'm going to do that then.
All right, so you were standing next to the tarp with Arthur and Dell.
Then I guess I'm going to help them remove the tarp.
So underneath the tarp, you see an enormous ballista with a gunner seat. So it's capable of firing giant ass spears pretty far.
With or without
see.
ropes?
What do you mean?
Could I attach a rope to the spear and then we could I guess hitch onto the other ship and then kind of reel it in?
Yes, I mean you can. I'm not sure about reeling in a boat, but
I'm
Could
sorry,
a
we have
monk-
Nors, right?
you can
Yes, I am here today.
you can absolutely tie a rope to a spear and launch it over to the other ship. Yes, I don't know about reeling it into. Seems a little. Beyond
We are very
abilities of-
sorry that you don't know, but we know.
Well, if I also use my gauntlets to hook into the ship and pull at the same time, like that's
Oh,
gotta
that's
be enough
true.
force.
With Nors and Kick Puncher, then you can pull in this, 40-ton
Hey.
ship. No problem.
Pierre talks a good game. I'm sure he could pull the whole thing in himself.
That's true.
True.
He'll tell you about the time that he did it for sure. You can.
Well-
So Erkin, you see that there's, I mean, you can tell it's been a long time since this thing was used, and some of the mechanisms are out of repair, and you can see Arthur kind of digging into the inner workings. So I was going to make it take an extra round to get it up and running, but I'll say if you help him, you can get it done faster.
Yep, let's do that.
All right, so it'll be finished by the top of the next round. So Arthur turns to you. He goes,
Quick, I need a 3/8 crescent wrench.
and he gestures at your tool bag, which I'm assuming you just carry around with you all the time.
It's always with me.
I assume.
And if it's not, I can conjure one.
All right, so Dell runs it back over to you guys. His job is completed. Again, not much he can do. So he slams his hands together and summons like a water whip. No big deal. NBD.
No big deal. Bad
Lucius,
pass.
the rain is definitely picking up and wind is picking up, but Lucius manages to steer the boat out of the fog cloud. And you can see that you are now 100 feet away from the enemy vessel, which does not look great. It's on fire. There's definitely less people. The people that are there look very unhappy at this point.
Oh,
But
I'm
you're-
entering a blood
Who'da
rain.
You are now within range of a couple of you. That's Lucius's turn. Peter and Jimmy can't do shit. All right. Nofstrid, you are ready to rock. You're almost
And
jumping.
I look at everyone. I say, "Hold one moment," and then I upcast the spell Aid using a 4th rank slot, increasing the max HP of myself, Nors, and Kick Puncher by 28.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Is that
Oh,
new?
But it doesn't give me anything that I healed, right?
I mean, it raises this. It gives you 20 HP and raises the ceiling by 20 HP.
Oh, okay. So it gives me 20 and raises the ceiling 20. All right. I should know this because
And it's not a concentration. I always thought it was a concentration spell, not con.
no, that
Ah.
I knew.
Interesting.
What do you know?
All right.
And it lasts 8 hours.
Fuck. All right, Norse. 100 feet, buddy. I think you can't still jump, unfortunately. So I'm
No, I
wondering if
cannot
maybe you want to
jump.
make a wisdom check to make sure you don't try.
I'll pace, excited that I now have 121 hit points.
And take half damage.
Yes.
Barbarian, we're so dumb. All of them pull out their psychic crossbows.
How are you possibly still raging if you haven't taken any damage or dealt any damage?
Because rage lasts a fucking minute.
Only if it lasts a minute if you can sustain it through either taking damage or dealing
I
damage.
did take damage.
He is taking
Last
damage every
turn?
round.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
took
took
damage.
19.
I'm sorry, I did take half of the 19, but I
Yeah.
took 19.
My bad. Carry on.
I didn't realize that. Thank you, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna start a fire and put it
Doesn't
under
matter.
you.
I'll pop it anytime. Oh yeah, there we go.
Just
All right, so
stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Oh my god,
Norse
you
is-
just made you OP. Campfire
Yeah.
on you.
Norse is pacing. Kick puncher.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
You're within range.
shoot across the gap. Yeah.
Are you really?
Yeah, absolutely. Is there like I assume that there's still like is there a way I can like hook on to like one of the masts or something to like get behind all the archers?
So there's no mast on their ship because it's
Oh, right.
road.
Is there anything I can hook onto to get behind them?
Yeah. I
The
mean, you hook
ballista.
onto like the opposite rail. You can do it from if you climb up the mast a little bit, you can shoot over to the opposite rail to land on the
Yeah,
other
let's do
side
it.
of them. All right, so Kick Puncher launches 100 feet across the gap on his tether, flies by the startled enemies, and lands at the rail.
And
All right, you are on the boat. So the boat is on fire. It's full of enemy combatants
Uh-huh.
who don't look great.
Mhm.
However, the captain's still in pretty good shape. He's the one that turns towards you.
is he like right? Like, did I land next to him, or can I?
No,
beat up some
no.
of his
So
buddies?
you have some space between you and him.
All right, I just want to go beat up his little buddies.
Damn it. I start
so you
banging
have-
the
I
shit
mean,
on the
there's
rail.
still a lot of them. Don't worry. I only have like
No,
10
I want the
attacks.
captain. I want
I
the
only
captain
have, like,
so
10.
bad.
So there's four of them that were hit by the fireball that are severely injured, and then there's 4 of them that are have not been hit. So I'm assuming you're going to go over to the ones that were in.
Yeah, let's take out the guys who have taken actual damage. D20 plus 9. I don't think a 12 is gonna hit.
Hold on, actually, I have to only put down some of their stats. Forgot to put their AC.
Conveniently, their AC is 13.
Wait. Well, I don't know. I'll wait to see.
So their AC is 13.
Haha, Bardic inspiration.
I mean, they have leather armor, so it's not. All right,
I'm gonna
so
use my inspiration
you
on
hit
that
the
one,
first
so
one.
that yeah.
Yeah, you hit the first one.
And with my second, Jesus Christ. All right, well, 1 attack hit, so I can use flurry of blows. Let me actually just do damage first on that guy to see if he. You've mentioned these guys are kind of squishy, so
They are pretty squishy. These are just like
7 damage.
so you punch him right off the side of the deck. He goes flying off and lands in the ocean.
All right, so flurry of blows for another attack. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, well that one hit. 2 equals 4 and 14 to the other guy.
All right, double drop click. Another guy falls off the boat.
All right, and then
So you have 2 left that are injured.
yeah, I'm
one-
just gonna.
one person working the ballista, 4 full strength, and then 1 guy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my mobility to kind of like try and like I don't have any attacks left, so I'm just gonna try and like put myself between the archers, like hide behind something if I can. If not, I'll just hang out, whatever.
Okay. I mean, I'll say that you can kind of hide off to the side, so you're
Sure.
not directly in front of everyone.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okie dokie. Is the enemy's. All right. So.
Will, I just realized I did the math wrong.
Yeah.
So for 20 HP, it's actually a level 5 slot.
Oh,
So I'm just amending that. I burned a level 5 instead of a.
Okay.
alright.
Sorry, 1 second. All right. So it's the enemy's turn. So everyone but the captain launches another volley. This time, all of the arrows coming out are lit on fire. So anyone who is hit by one will be on fire. All right. So Ezekiel hit for 19. Or nope, that's not it. I'm sorry, Ezekiel. I take that back. Jimmy hit for 5. He's on fire. The sails are hit for 4, also on fire. The hull is hit for 12, on fire. Lucius is hit at the steering column for 5.
On
and then
fire?
on fire, and then 1 actually hits the ballista that Arthur and Birkin are working on. And then the ballista launches and actually strikes Nor's head on for
Oh,
26
shit.
damage of psychic damage. Psychic catapult damage.
Divided by 2.
Fuck.
13. Okay.
Let me update these things. I should have had it automatically update the HP. That would have
Ah, damn it, I'm at 108.
Oh no. You might want to think about jumping over there on your next turn.
I'm thinking about not.
Think about not
doing
doing it.
That's
Yeah, sorry.
scary.
You're pretty low.
I pull the ballista out of my chest and throw it back at them.
Should see if Nostrid has another level 5 heal spell he can use on you.
Nah.
Nah. Look at him, nah.
All right, so Jimmy, the hull, Lucius, and the sails are all currently on fire. Someone can spend an action to put them.
So what would you say the distance between everything is? All 3 things are.
What those things? 4 things that are on fire.
Yes.
I'd say it's if you have something that's probably like 40 feet, you can get everything. The only thing is
Okay.
Lucius is at the back of the ship, and actually, I'm sorry, the ballista is on fire.
Okay,
Lucius is at
say
the
I
front of the ship.
We're gonna
say
be
I,
too
if I
close for
if
the
I don't
ballista
ca-
soon anyway.
if I don't care about the ballista, can I grab the other 3 with
Or-
30?
Yeah, Jimmy, the hull, Lucius, and the sails. You can grab them all if you have something that's 50 feet.
What about 30?
I will give you everything but Lucius.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, let him die.
You're not gonna honor your life debt, man? Come on.
I mean, it's not life debt. It's just like I own favors.
Yeah,
debt.
and if he dies before you pay your debts, you'll never be able to pay him.
I mean, that's unfortunate, but it's life. It's
You hear
life.
a voice shut out, and it goes, "My darling kick puncher, come put my fire out. You owe me."
I mean, if he really wants to use that favor, I will absolutely run back there and put him out.
All right, yeah, what are you doing to put out 3 things? That's bullshit, probably. Like you drop porridge on them.
So is it actually my turn?
No. So, let's see. It was the enemy's turn, and now it is Dell's turn. So Dell runs over to Lucius and pats him out. Metagame
That
a
still
little
counts.
Nice.
bit. It is Ezekiel's turn. All right, Ezekiel, 100.
100 what?
I mean,
Feet.
100 feet away.
All right, Trash Boys Unite. Let's go.
I was gonna say, I mean, kick puncher is just 1 casualty if you light the whole boat on fire. So
I
Don't
have
we
I have
need this boat?
I have advantage on decks. It's fine.
Actually, I
Don't
think
we
this
need
is a-
this boat?
I think yes, you do. Actually, I think this is a ship, not a boat. I'm not sure how it works though.
All right, for simplicity's sake, I'm just gonna animate 5 medium objects.
Okay.
Oars, all oars.
Crossbows.
All
All crossbows.
all metal objects of some sort. I'm looking for scimitars and other metal things that are not flammable.
But that extra flaming damage, man.
All right, so out of the main cabin on the ship, you see 2 scimitars come out, followed by some ladles and spoons from like the cook's equipment.
But they're
it is
medium-sized
deadly.
ladles and spoons.
Deadly ladles and spoons. I mean, this was. I mean, you talk about the big pots to feed 20 people on a boat.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
that's a big ass
definitely
spoon.
those.
It's a big ass spoon.
It's fucking. It's Cinderella up in here.
Can they act on this turn, or they have to act?
I can't remember. Fuck. I don't think so.
When I did the theater of the mind, I forgot about trash army.
Wait,
as a
no, you can
bonus
do it this
action, I
turn.
can mentally command them to attack any creature within 500 feet of me.
Okay.
So
so you
I
guys-
just want them to attack just whatever. You decide, Will. Like fucking.
And they
just-
all attack kick puncher.
Yeah, just
Just they
Wait.
attack.
Yeah.
They attack nearby enemies.
so you have 2 enemies that are almost dead. So I would say that would probably make sense for them to attack those ones.
Okay.
The 2 that were hit most hard by your fireball.
All right. We got.
Ooh.
We got a 20. Wait, why did it roll
Alright,
3
so the-
times? Oh no, the 11 wasn't. Wasn't one of
So the
those.
22 and the 24 both hit.
That feeling when a bunch of ladles hits more than your fists. Fuck.
Death by
Uh,
ladle.
That's 1 for 9 damage.
All right. The first enemy turns around and goes, "What the fuck?" as a giant spoon whacks him in the face. And goes over.
How's that 7 treat you?
The scimitar guts the next guy in line. And you see that there's definitely some concern on the face of the remaining people.
All
as the
right.
trash army attack.
And then whoever is like the most healthy, who the most
Okay.
healthy looking, the next 3 are just gonna like gangbang them.
All right. So that hits. That hits.
21, 23, 13.
I missed the 21. So they all three of them hit.
Sick. 6d6 plus 3.
Jesus.
23 ladle
Oh
damage.
shit! One of them turns around and just a cavalcade of kitchen equipment just starts plopping him on the head
And,
over.
and
Yeah.
he's beaten to a bloody pulp on the ground.
Beats him almost to death.
Oh, okay.
I'm very sad that I forgot to attack with the captain against Kick Puncher. Give him an extra turn next time around.
All right, and that is.
That was super effective trash, by the way.
It was really good trash. To be fair, +5 to hit on medium creatures is pretty good.
That's solid,
Yeah,
yeah.
that is.
Especially these level 1 pirates. All right, Urkan, you are up. So you and Arthur put the finishing touches on the ballista, and it is ready for action. So you can see it has a giant spear already loaded. So if you'd like to adulterate it, add a rope, do so.
Isn't it on fire?
Yeah.
It's a little on fire. Listen, it's a little on fire.
Little.
It's not-
I'm okay with a little.
It's not the only thing. I mean, there's some other fire as well. So
All right. Well, since obviously Arthur's free now, I'm gonna try to give him this decanter again.
You got it.
he grabs
Yeah.
the decanter and starts putting out the fire on the ballista.
And hopefully the rest of the ship. Anyway, I'm gonna put a rope on this giant ballista spear.
Okay.
What
are you trying to accomplish here?
Well,
just
so
shoot
how
it over
far
there.
is the difference between the ships? It's 100 feet right now,
100 feet right now. Yep.
and I happen to have 100 feet of rope. So I will attach one end of rope to, I guess, the railing of the ship. The other one to the end of the ballista spear,
Okay.
and hopefully shoot the ballista at the other ship.
Giving
and
you a
create
lot of
line.
liberties with what can get done with one action. But sure, shoot the ballista.
What about bonus actions and movement actions?
Well, tying a rope is definitely an action, let alone tying it twice to two different pieces of thing. So, but yeah, you're fine because it's awesome. So go ahead, you can shoot the ballista.
Thank you, I
I'm
appreciate
gonna
it.
make you roll dexterity. I'm just going to assume since you're proficient in everything, they're proficient in ship ballista. That would make sense.
You said dexterity though?
So Alchemist really like ruins the whole bard's jack of all trades.
Fucking kills it. Yeah. Hey, hold on 1 second, guys.
Honestly, it could be worse. Josh could have went with the Unearthed Arcana Artificer and just became like steampunk Iron Man.
If that had existed when I was creating my artificer, I probably would have done that.
Honestly,
Because
also. Go ahead.
Because if you would have creeped into like 11, he'd also get the stupid helm that
Alright,
makes
sorry,
him
I'm back.
like pass every concentration check ever.
Yeah. No, so because when I originally did it, it was unearthed, and there were like 3 different things, and then they changed it while we were playing, and then it came out and they changed it again. It's gone through 4 iterations since we've started this campaign.
It's broken.
Honestly, had I known that Aberrant Mind Sorcerer had existed, which it didn't when I made it, I would have made that instead of Wild Magic. It's
Alright, hold
basically
on one more
exactly
second.
what I'm trying to make my character already.
So
It's
what I'm
a
hearing is,
it's a Lovecraftian sorcerer basically.
oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
I feel like that's what you were going for with your original character
It was.
as a warlock.
It basically was. And this whole
Ugh.
thing, read the first sentence. An alien influence has wrapped its tendrils around you, warping you in both body and mind.
Yeah.
Perhaps a psychic splinter has lodged in your psyche after you suffered domination by an aboleth. And you get a whole bunch of fucking psychic abilities.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were going for, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm hearing is you should be getting paid.
Warped being. Starting at first level, your aberrant origin protects you from harm. Your body might have a coating of viscous slime, tough hide scales, or an invisible psionic barrier. Your AC will then equal 13 plus your dex modifier when you're not wearing armor. It's pretty good, man.
I mean, that's a lot more concealed than just you got dragon scales because Granddaddy Dragon.
It's basically the same thing.
I'm gonna go grab something to drink while Will's gone. Be right back.
They also added Josh Clockwork Soul, a steampunk sorcerer.
Yeah, I saw Clockwork Soul. That actually seems super fun.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been enjoying the idea of playing with a bard just because I feel like I could find a way to make it like a hunting horn.
Okay, I'm back. I think for a little bit this time. All right, so
Alright.
I think we were waiting for
A
Erkin to
dexterity roll, right?
dexterity roll. Yep. Yeah, just make like a ranged attack roll. So 13. So the ballista bolt flies over to the ship. It hits pretty low on the ship though, so you guys will probably have to climb up a little bit to reach the deck. But it does lodge itself in, and you have a rope bridge connecting you to the other ship now.
Gordon hit.
I'm hoping that was your goal.
That was exactly my goal.
Okay.
I was kind
I'm
of
still
on
jumping.
board with the reeling in thing, but I didn't think I could have won that argument. So
That would be tough. Boats weigh a lot, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Like, I don't have any facts to back up that assumption.
Listen,
But I think
boats
they
weigh a lot, but not this boat.
Also, the water
one's
just
made-
offsets the weight, right?
Yeah, this one's made of balsa wood. It's, it doesn't weigh anything.
We picked the wrong
alright,
boat. We're gonna have to go
so
get
you
more
used up
boats.
3 actions on that turn, so I'm gonna say that
I'm done for the
Alright.
rest of this. I'm good. Just gonna chill.
So, Lucius. All right, so I guess here's a question: do we want Lucius to move closer now that you have a rope connected?
Yes.
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 All right.
Only 50 more feet.
So he moves in, and at this point, from a ship standpoint, they are very close to one another, right? He's angled this ship, and remember, you guys are heading in opposite directions. So this is probably, you'll get a little bit closer next turn, and then you'll start to pull apart again after that. Because you can't, it's not a movie, you can't just turn and come up alongside next to it. All right. Jimmy and Pierre can't jump 50 feet. No one gave them that ability. So we're back to Nofstrid. All right, Nofstrid. Things are still on fire. The sails look mediocre. Actually, not to take fire damage on this turn. Now the sails are on big fire.
So you are opposed to Porridge Storm?
I'm sorry. I'm opposed. I have to draw the line somewhere. Yeah, it's a Porridge Storm.
Because 45 pounds of porridge, which is mostly water, is rough. It's gonna be roughly 45 gallons of water, plus another additional 30 gallons of water. So it'd be 75 gallons of water. I feel like
I
it
will
would
let
put out
you
a lot.
put out.
Why does
I'll
that have to
put
be
let-
porridge?
Can it be cream
Because-
of wheat?
It says the food is bland but nourishing, so a nice porridge is fortified.
What about
But
like
it
a nice soup?
A thin stew, yeah.
Yes. Fish stew.
Okay, I will let you put out one fire with that if you want to do it. I'm sorry.
That's hardly even worth it. So I
Wait, am I
look
writing
over-
porridge storm in my notes or not?
You're not writing Porridge Storm. A different day, perhaps. Anyway, so,
All right, so
we're
yep.
100 feet away. You said
50.
you are 50 feet away. There is one enemy combatant who's being just absolutely decimated by cutlery. 3 full strength. 1 captain. The ballista is still operational. Kick punchers on the deck. The deck of the enemy ship is on fire and starting to spread.
cool. Can I can
that's
see the
really-
captain, right?
See the captain. So his focus is on kick puncher at the moment.
Cool.
So he
I'm
got
I'm
to act last turn.
I'm
noise.
going to burn my last rank 5 slot, and I'm going to upcast Guiding Bolt.
Okey-dokey.
Lucky.
Don't forget you have a D6 Bardic Inspiration.
I got 24. I'm pretty sure that hits.
That hits. Yep.
All right, hold on. I got to see how many d6s I got to roll for this.
If you kill this captain before I get over there, I'm gonna be fine.
Rolled an
After all this.
8d6.
Norse is not even going to get to attack anyone.
He was raging.
Has such
he
a
got
rage,
jump.
such a rage boner that he'll never be able to take care of.
Only 22, but
Oh,
he's
yikes.
but he's
That's
now
all.
glowing with
A lot of ones.
with advantage on the next shot here. Anyone who
All right, so the captain goes Super Saiyan. But he does take a big hit.
And then for bonus action, my panther, which still has 5 HP, I point at it and I say, "Follow the orc," and that's my turn.
Okay. Norse.
I enter another rage and I jump 54 feet. How close to the captain can I get?
You land right behind him.
Oh no.
Excellent. You said I have advantage on the attack, yay?
Yeah,
Yes, you
for the
do.
first hit that hits him until the end of my next turn.
All right, so I don't need to attack recklessly, but I'm using my macro. And this will be a great weapon swing, so we'll take a -5 to this. It does a 23 hit.
And he goes, "Oh shit."
Okay, hold on, let me calculate all this damage. We have to add 10, no, 11 to that because Jimmy's in
boy.
battle.
Max damage.
31.
You just like decapitate the captain. Like he doesn't even like he turns and it's all kinds of shock, and then just you turn his head into a flying projectile.
Excellent. So I just killed somebody using a great weapon swing. I have another attack now.
Oh, jeez.
There is 3 more enemies within range and 1 guy who's getting beaten with a laser.
Whatever. I will just attack recklessly at the closest enemy. I don't care which one it is.
And I just yell, "This means you're the captain now, right?"
All right, 27 hits.
Okay, so do you want damage first or in the next attack?
Just do all your rolls.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Oh, that's
you got damaged. There's 12 there. Is whoever I attack still alive?
Yes.
Okay, plain attack. 18, I'm assuming
hits.
hits. And another 16.
He goes down.
Excellent. Let's take a crossbow attack at the next guy. 11.
That misses.
All right. I'm finally I'm done. Bardic Inspiration. Why not?
That'll do it. Yep.
Do I even need to roll it or no?
Yeah, you do, but
You might get a 1.
might get a 1.
It's a D6, right? I got a 3.
And you hear from the other boat, Pierre, "My friend, that's how we do it."
Crossbow's a 1d6, right?
Yep.
What do I add to that as a modifier? Just
Your
my
dex mod.
plus 3. Okay, hold on. Getting there.
How the
Sorry.
fuck do you have such high dex?
I give myself Dex, Constitution, and Strength, and dumped everything else. 7 damage.
You just did a boatload of damage.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
A boatload, you say?
A boatload. Oh, I think it's a ship. Might be a shipload.
Did I kill anybody? Did I kill any else?
The real question is, do you do more or less damage than the trash?
Oh, I don't
A
know.
little
It's,
bit more.
I think it's close. I don't know. That trash did a lot of damage. I think kill wise, they did an identical amount of work. The rest of you might as well not even come. I'm sorry.
Hey, I did
It's
say
me. So from now on, Seth is gonna ride me like Master Blaster. He's gonna cast trash, and I'm gonna attack.
All right, Kick Puncher, you up.
Is there
So you
literally
have
anyone left?
there's one enemy at full strength, one who took one crossbow bolt, one who's being beaten savagely with cutlery. The ballista is still up, and that's it.
Is there who's manning the ballista? Is there somebody manning
There's
the
just
ballista?
there's a guy over there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go beat up Ballista guy, I guess, first.
I guess I'll beat him up. It's whatever.
I mean, if my attacks hit,
Punch.
which, I mean, that one hits. And the second attack. Alright, so both those hits. Let's roll some damage first. Why do I not have this memorized? That's the question.
Why do you not have it as a macro?
Because that takes time.
I agree. Fuck macros.
I like the macros. The macros are helpful.
So that guy takes 14 damage. Is he still okay?
Still up.
What a dick. Alright, flurry of blows. So that's 2 more hits. 14 more damage, so 28 total. Haha. I take the ballista and I shoot it at Lucius.
You sink the ship. It's now ship for ship combat.
That is the end of my turn, though.
All right. So it's the enemy's turn. I guess they'll make one last salvo, or they're all gone.
They could still surrender, you know.
Right here. So 2 of them throw down their weapons. The one that's being manhandled by cutlery, and the one that got hit by the crossbow. But the last one fires a flaming shot. Let's see,
At who?
Arthur with his 1 HP is on the. So let's see if I get lucky.
Use my reaction to shoot my rope gauntlet at the arrow.
That's funny. I had those 3 guys up and to roll randomly, and one of the ones that I had surrender hit Arthur for 6 damage. So Arthur definitely died, died. But that's not the one that hit him. So the helm arrow plunks harmlessly into the helm. That's the end of their. Skip all the NPCs. Ezekiel, we have 1 person left who has not surrendered. I'm not sure if the surrendering matters to you though.
No. The rest of the trash mercilessly beats him to death.
That's what I figured.
Do I need to roll for all that, or is it?
You just roll to hit because he only has 1 hit left.
Wait.
I mean, there's 3 guys left.
Including your trash of spoons, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
So I'm sorry, Seth. You're hitting the ones that surrendered or the one that didn't?
The one that didn't surrender.
Oh, okay.
So 2 hits. I assume.
All right. So yeah, this guy's at full life. So. Let's see.
22 damage.
Holy fuck. Trash is OP. Nerf trash. But he's almost dead.
I mean,
Urken.
Trash is as good as a monk at this point. Like, why?
Trash is fucking OP. All right, Urken.
But being a monk
you're up.
doesn't require concentration.
I'm not still resting from taking 3 actions in 1 turn.
No, you're fine. We have 1 guy left at very low HP, 2 surrendered enemies. The other boat is still on fire.
Oh.
Yeah, we need to put out.
Cranking away at the HP on the boat.
Porridge storm.
Jimmy is still on fire. He's close to death.
Oh Jesus!
Sails are still on fire. They're almost gone too.
Okay. How many people on the ship that I'm currently on? What do they look like death-wise?
So Jimmy does not look good. Everyone else is perfect.
Okay. And the sails are on fire?
Sails are on fire. Yeah.
And Jimmy's on fire.
Say Jimmy. I can grow sails.
I'm surprised
you
you
can grow a
can't
new
grow
Jimmy too. It happened already. Yeah, it did happen once.
No, we don't got the diamonds.
I'm sure we have 300 gold with shit on this trip somewhere.
I also don't have it prepared. More importantly,
I have it prepared.
Jimmy the Immortal.
Did I mention that you can only resurrect someone once?
All right, so I'm going to cast Aura of Vitality. I am then going to give Jimmy 2d6 hit points. No, I have to roll, don't I?
You get Aura of Vitality?
Yeah, I do.
Fucking
I hold
everyone.
up my shield in a big old dome, and it creates this large, we'll say a nice white barrier that you can barely see, a little translucent. And if you're in it, then you can get 2d6 hit points because why not?
Okay, so he regained 7 hit points.
Yeah. And then does Arthur still have that decanter? What the hell is he doing with it?
He does. It is not his turn yet. He still has it to go. So if you want him to do something with it, I'm not sure about Arthur's ability to climb up the mast and put the sails out, though.
30-foot geyser.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Yeah.
30-foot geyser.
30 feet
I will
is,
remind
like,
him,
pretty high.
sir. 30-foot geyser, and that's what I got.
All right. So we'll say Jimmy uses his action to put himself out.
That would be a wise choice, I
And
think.
then Arthur runs
thought
over
it
and unleashes the 30-foot geyser that he's barely able to control, and it puts the sail out. And we're back to Nostrad. Nostrad, finish off this last enemy combatant.
Cool. Rank 3 guiding bolt.
All right,
I'm assuming
Yes.
that hits.
there's 3 HP left, so
Use your bardic inspiration.
All right,
that
cool.
hits.
Roll 6d6. Here we go.
Okay, he died. He's dead. He's got 3 health left. Unless you roll a negative number, you're all right.
I like to point out that a level 5 and a level 3 guiding bolt both did the same amount of damage.
Yes. All right. So you finish off the last enemy combatant as your ship slides right up to the enemy ship. So the other ship is still on fire, but we're out of combat. So I'm just going to say that you guys take care of that. Nostrad summons a porridge storm on the deck of the ship. It takes a while, but it gets the job done. But now your ship is full of porridge. So
Who can't
enjoy
wait
spending
to
time
see
on
the
that.
YouTube video named Porridge Storm.
I mean, if we can handle fire through cutscenes, why can't we handle porridge through cutscenes?
That's true. So you spend the next day shoveling out the porridge.
No, the
Alright,
2
so,
guys that surrendered are shoveling porridge.
So you have 2 enemy combatants that surrendered. You are on the deck of the ship.
Ooh.
So I will say that Lucius spends some time. He manages to angle the boat back around and come up alongside you. So I will say the whole party is able to board the enemy ship if that's what you guys want to do. So you're on the deck. The oars have stopped moving down below. But it's up to you guys now. You are in the role-playing section of the game now.
We search the bodies.
All right. You find 11 gold. You
Somebody
don't find
take
any
that.
silver or copper because I don't like that they exist. You just find gold.
Excellent.
There's a collection of heavy crossbows. There is a giant ladle. If anyone wants to take that.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the 11 gold so I can round myself up to an even 20.
I'm taking the ladle.
Just to use for a future trash army.
Yeah. What if there's not enough trash around to
That's
enemy?
true.
How
Can you
many
imagine him emptying a bag of trash and then hitting it?
On the captain, you find a scimitar, and you also find a small journal in a satchel.
Hand the journal over to Erkin.
I am on the other ship.
I walk across
Well,
the
you
road
throw
and
it.
hand it to
So
you.
the ships, Lucius pulled the ships together. So if you guys want to join him on the enemy ship, you're welcome to move freely between the 2 ships because they will say they're joined together by a rope.
All right, I will move freely, and I will take the journal, and I will open it up and see if I can read it.
So you can. It's in common, so it kind of chronicles the past year, right, of this captain's life. So he was a human from Lockport who was what's the word when you were forced into an army? Conscripted.
Draft.
Sorry,
Conscripted.
conscripted into Bellfire's army. Him and most of the crew were. So he details the mission that they're currently on, which publicly is listed as timber transport. However, they were really transporting Furbolg rebellion members from Hadiver Grove north to Lockport to be delivered to one of Bellfire's research scientists
Oh, hell.
named Dr. Stein.
Dr. Stein.
Beautiful. Is his first name Frank?
It's Fran K. Stein.
Oh, she.
Yeah, don't
Fran-
assume.
Yeah. Sexist.
I go below to kill the rest of the combatants.
You guys go below, and Norse is killing all the oarsmen.
Well, when we talked about this, everybody said they were slaves, were just going to work for us, and I was going to try to take command of them. So, since they're just slaves, I think Ye should go ahead and go take care of them.
We should get as much information from them as we can before we kill them. I don't know, so we know what the hell we're dealing with.
Also, I'm against killing slaves.
Oh, all right. So just go make your brethren your slaves.
But they're humans, so I feel like your +1 to racism kind of outweighs it, no?
I like their fur box.
Yeah, but I also have like negative 8 million to racism, so.
Well, can I just go below and see what's down there? Because
Yep, so
I think they're
Yeah.
fur bogs, and everybody thinks.
So
they're-
absolutely. So you walk down to the second level of the ship, and you can see what looks to be about 10 human oarsmen, not too different from the combatants that you were fighting on the deck. So again, they look like just potentially normal people from Lockport that were conscripted to rowboats.
Urkin flips you off because he was right.
You ever see like when the Hulk punches Thor and knocks him through like a wall? That just happened.
So they all look very nervous. They're not really sitting at their oars. They're kind of like huddled up against the opposite wall, just looking at you. None of them seem to be armed,
No, that was going to be my question to them if they had any weapons.
except for the one secret assassin out of the 10. I'll let you figure out which one it is.
So
That's fine.
So
So
true.
There are 2 assassins.
Fucking
One
li-
assassin always tells the truth. One assassin always lies.
I'll just kill them all until I find the dagger.
And then you can also see that there's another staircase leading down. This is also the level with like the galley and random ship stuff, living quarters and things.
I'll watch this rabble.
I'm
You
gonna
guys can
start
search.
putting out the fire.
No, we did that with porridge.
Oh, I forgot about the porridge storm. You're right. Let me add that to my notes real quick.
Forge storm.
Horror store?
I'm gonna start washing off the porridge. How about that?
Okay. So what are you guys
Uh-oh.
doing? So you have people here. There's
You
another
over there.
floor of the boat. Ship.
What is down below?
We don't know, Governor. We just row the boat. Just row the boat. That's what they say. Row, row, row the boat. Think they made a song about us.
Don't sing. Hurts my
I'm going
ears.
to.
Row, row. Oh, okay, we're good.
If you guys want me to guard them, you can check the downstairs, or if somebody else wants to guard them, I have no problem going first and checking what's down there.
I throw a d8.
You mean a ball?
Yes, and another panther pops on and say, "Guard the prisoners." Don't let them
Is it-
escape. Don't let
Is
them
it a
oppose
new
it.
panther or a different
It's
panther?
it's a new panther, so we have 2 panthers.
How do we
Sex
tell the
Panther too.
difference between the Panthers?
One of them is
'Cause one
gravely
is guarding.
injured.
Yeah, one is
One of
guarding the
them
prisoners.
one of them has an arrow wound in its flank, and the other one is fresh and isn't bleeding.
Do you tend to your wounded panther, yeah?
No.
Wow.
You feel the power in your staff lessen slightly.
They're not animals, they're constructs. You can't heal them, so it doesn't matter.
Pinchy would disagree.
Ooh. All right. So if they're being guarded, like I offered first, I will go down to the next level.
So down the next level, you can see what looks like a storage area, and you see normal boxes that you'd expect to see on a ship, right? It looks like packed foods and drums of water and things like that. But right down the center of the room looks to be about 30 to 40, very large and oddly shaped kind of boxes, kind of laid out in a row.
Oh, you son of a bitch. I crack open a box.
I start
It-
poking my
it-
sword
it
through one of the other
explodes.
boxes.
It's trapped. No. So you, Nostrad opens the box up, and inside, you see a furball corpse. It looks surprisingly undamaged. Right, you can't see any notable signs of struggle. However, it does look like that the heart was removed.
Oh, so I don't have to do a medicine check. It's just okay.
No, there's a hole in his chest where the heart came out.
Okay, I start opening other boxes.
So you see more furbolgs, some old, some young, some men, some women, some children, or I would say like teenagers. And all told, there's about we'll say 35, all in the exact same state, right, uninjured except for the fact that their hearts were removed.
Their hearts were harvested. They shall not stand.
Oh, they're lying down. I see.
I glare at
Oh
Norris.
my god.
Give him a break. He lost his headband.
I guess we don't need these corpses here.
They deserve a proper burial once we
See,
reach
that
land.
sounds great.
No.
We could use the
Well-
boxes.
We're not going to be able to give them a proper burial at Lockport, so maybe trying to give them a sea burial might be the next best thing.
I sit here and I contemplate for a moment. And I begin pushing the boxes up.
Okay.
I
Can
will
everyone roll
lend
me
him.
a perception check? Say this takes place before you start to move the boxes.
Wow. My first perception above 10.
I'm gonna do a bardic inspiration against my 7.
Jesus Christ.
Cool, 12.
All right, so Kick Puncher, you're the only one that notices kind of off to the side, you see an unusual looking cabinet, and it looks like there is a chain running from kind of like anchored to the wall that runs into the cabinet. You can see it moving slightly.
Can I open the cabinet?
You can do whatever the hell you want.
I will open the cabinet.
Punch open the cabinet.
So as you open the cabinet, you see a very small furbolg child huddled inside. It looks like he's got like a collar on with the chain attached to it.
Yeah, I call
He looks
Nostrad
up
and
to
Norz
you,
over.
very, very terrified.
Yeah, I call Nostrad and Norz over.
I speak to the child in giant. What is your name, youngling?
Please don't hurt me. My name is Silren. please don't let these people hurt me.
Most of your captors lay dead. Allow me to free you, and I break the chain off.
Oh, just like that. You just bossed it. Just rip it in half.
I'll try to break the chain.
No, I'm cool. Nostrad breaks the chain. He's
Okay.
I'm the breaker of chains.
You're the breaker of chains. So he looks at you, and then he runs over and starts looking in the boxes. It looks like he's looking for someone specifically. Like my mother was here. He's looking in some of the boxes. He definitely notices that they're not moving. But it looks like he finds the box of his mother, and he kind of like sits down next to it, and reaches in and holds her hand with his, and you can see that his hands are starting to glow, but nothing seems to happen. And he looks at you, and you're speaking. What language do you guys speak? Giant? Furbolg? Giant.
Or we speak Giant.
Yeah. And he goes,
Or Sylvan, or Elvish, or Dwarvish.
he's speaking
I have
Giant
many
here.
languages, man.
Giant. And he goes, I don't understand. I've always been able to make people better before. Why can't I bring Mom back?
Well, the rules of divine magic has its limits.
Oh, jeez.
If you open the player's handbook and look at page 230,
Oh wow.
he looks like he's starting to cry.
Let me ask you this. If I laid your captors before you, what would you do with their lives?
Oh, that's super deep, man. Like the dead ones or the live ones?
The live ones.
We need rowers.
They were
I don't-
also captives.
I don't know. I just want to go home. I don't know where to go. Mom said we were the last of the free furbolgs. Where do I go from here?
Where was your home?
We lived in a nice place in the Grove, and then the men came in the night, and they took us to the ship. They said they were taking us back to Lockport. I've never even been to Lockport. I've always lived in the Grove.
Do you know if there are anyone else left in the groves besides the Furbolg?
There's many men. They cut the trees down and they kill the animals. Mom always said we were the last of the furbolgs, though. The last of the free furbolgs, she would say. But you look pretty free.
I am something else.
Where am I supposed to go?
You will come with me, and I will teach you.
Oh no.
And one day you will confront your captors, and you will decide their fates. So I get an
Or-
apprentice druid, right?
Well, why do you
Or
hate yourself?
you could just work on a ship. We got nice Lucius over there. You could become a seaman.
I like that Will hates all the NPCs, but he just keeps giving them to us.
I mean, this one's an 8-year-old kid, so I don't think I don't mind non-combat NPCs.
Oh.
Oh, never mind. You stay here then.
No, sir.
I've
Also,
got
unfortunately, stories are really boring if there's no characters in it. So
I'm gonna teach him wild shape as early as possible.
it's a different kind of druid. Whatever the other kinds are, they can't do
All
anything.
druids can wild shape. Dude, I'm gonna have an 8-year-old turn into a bear. It'll be fine.
I don't think
I'm
he's
just
going
gonna
to
kill
allow
this
it.
kid because of you.
So I guess Silren, the boy druid, joins your party.
Oh,
Da-da-da-da.
when I
Uh,
find,
he-
you know what?
On a scale
He
of
seems
1 through 20,
exceptionally sad. Like he's not excited about coming with you. He's still super sad about everyone he knows dying. On
I
a
got an
scale of
idea.
1 to 20, what?
On
I
a
got
scale
an
1 through
idea.
20, what number would you say most represents his tactical capability?
0, yay. 0. He is a non-combatant at the moment.
Okay. So, I gesture from come with me, and I walk up the stairs to where our prisoners are still being held by my panther.
Okay.
And I look to Silren. Did any of these men usher your kin onto this boat?
I'm not sure. All humans look the same to me.
Wow.
You. You don't know what he said. You don't speak giant.
I could feel it though.
Felt the racism.
Oh, I turned to humans I speak in common. Do any of you recognize this boy?
No, we don't, governor. We just row the boat. We row the boat. We don't have anything to do with them furbolgs.
I go up and go, Nofstrid, I may not be a smart man. There are 2 captives upstairs that would have probably had more to do with it than the rowers, who we still need. My suggestion is if you want to question and take out any type of vengeance, those are the 2 you want.
Very jolly good. And I keep going.
Secondly, I have
No,
a
already up the
suggestion.
stairs.
I just call Jimmy over and tell Jimmy, you are now the bodyguard for that 8-year-old boy, and stop Nostrid from fucking him up because he can't handle a kid.
All right. So I guess we'll follow Nofstrid up the. So you have 2 captives who I'll assume someone was guarding them. We'll say.
It
Arthur.
was me
guarding
while I
them.
was cleaning the porridge
Oh, okay. Urkan was guarding them.
with Pinchy. Pinchy's out.
I walk over and I gesture to the 2 surviving crossbowmen. You 2, come here now.
They meekly walk over to you.
What's our
Or
alignment
we'll say
again?
Chaotic.
good.
With +1 to racism towards human.
If you start waterboarding these humans, I'm going to call your alignment question.
Do you know what lies in the hull of this boat?
Hold on.
Did you say hole or hold?
Hold.
I heard whole as well.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, excuse me. You guys didn't hear me sneeze. I sneezed, so I
Right.
said excuse me.
Good and tight.
So one of them, who's more bold, goes, we knew what was in the boat, but we did our job. It was these creatures or my own family. It was an easy decision.
You would condemn orphans to be experimented on like cattle.
Better them than us.
I do an unarmed strike against his face. I punch him in the face.
All right, let's see. One of them only had 1 HP left, so
I
let's see
was
which
just
one's
thinking
left.
that.
All right, he collapses to the ground, unconscious.
Wait. Is it possible to impose disadvantage on the unarmed strike?
Are you protection?
Well, Pinchy is nearby, and Pinchy can do that.
I mean, I gotta make Ye roll anyway, so Ye roll against them, and I guess yes, Pinchy can oppose disadvantage. if
Ah,
you
he
want.
doesn't have to.
I'm just so angry I
Part-
swing wide and
Bardic
completely miss.
inspiration.
You just like
Bardic inspiration.
You can't against a
can't
critical
do
fail.
one's a critical fail. So you like want to punch him, you just kind of like slap his chest meekly.
I'd like to respond and say a decision that is made under duress isn't a real decision at all, and you can't charge him the same that you would otherwise.
I didn't know Urkin was a lawyer.
He has an intelligence of 20.
What?
Of 20.
Funny. Okay, I was gonna thought you were doing put a number, not another number behind that. I'm like, I don't think so.
I wasn't sure if it was 21. It will be eventually. It's of.
who ordered you to round these furbolgs up?
We take our orders from Commander Bastion, his men. I don't rightly know what they do to them. All I know is we do is deliver them to Lockport, and they take them. Soldiers take them from there. Deliver them to one
Where
of the
in
go-
Lockport do you deliver them to? And where do you receive your order?
right to the dock. We receive our order masters from we receive our orders from the quartermaster at the docks. All we're responsible for is shipping them. Someone else takes them.
I look over to Urken and I say, "Do you need them, or have they lived up to their usefulness?"
I think we might need them for the future. We shouldn't be too hasty with getting rid of people who have information.
Especially if we're gonna pull into Lockport.
Yeah, they're gonna kind of know where we need to pull in and who to speak to.
Also, someone should look and see exactly what the captain looks like in case we need, maybe, I don't know, a polymorph spell.
Didn't you take his head off?
Well, they just need to look at his head then. That's fine.
His head is lying on the deck still. It's
Excellent.
covered in porridge.
Wait, can't you like take his head and make it so you can speak to it?
I don't have it
Astrid?
equipped.
Gentle repose.
I also
Yeah,
don't have
that's-
that equipped.
All right, so
I tried to force as many of the enemies off the deck so that I didn't have to deal with Ye questioning them after death.
So that's why they were all falling over the railing.
Yep.
I go over and pick up the dismembered head of the captain and walk back. Will you comply, or would you be like him?
I just want my family to be safe. You can protect them from Bellfire's men, then we'll do what you want.
Where's your
I
family
think
located?
I think we're all dead as soon as we get back to port, though, if you ask me.
why do you think that?
I just no one pulls one over on Bellfire. This man gets away with it.
So when you pull into port, what's the procedure? What happens?
We don't even get off the ship. The quartermaster comes on deck and arranges the goods to be transported off.
Arranges
We're
it
very
how?
rarely allowed a furlough.
So basically, they come on, they take care of everything. They don't really need to talk to anyone.
They generally don't bother with us.
Okay. Or the captain.
They're more interested in the cargo. They do generally talk to the captain.
Okay.
How many people normally come to take the cargo?
It depends on what we're transporting, but I would say a couple dozen for how many boxes we have.
Do you know what it is they do with the cargo?
We don't rightly know. I've heard that they get up to some weird things over there, but we keep our noses out of it. I'm really digging this pirate accent. I feel like I to this one for a while.
Oh, well. Then let me continue some questioning. Maybe you can have him for a while.
Or I think I can become the new party member. Did I mention that I'm a level 11 wizard?
You said that you only care about your family surviving. Where is your family now?
They'd be in Lockport, in the outer city.
And who is your family?
Well, my name's Bob, so it's Bob's family.
All right. And what comprises Bob's family?
I got my wife, Bob's wife, and the kids, Bob's kids.
How many kids do you have? You don't know how many kids you have?
I have 12 kids. That's
Wow.
pretty impressive considering I don't get off the boat too much.
Your wife, she
How do
bangs,
you
huh?
feed 12 children? Does the life of a slaver pay that
one,
well?
one at a time.
No, I want to know, how do you feed 12 children?
Me wife works on one of the farms as well. We have enough to scrape by.
Bob, you wouldn't be lying to us now, would you? You really have 12 children?
I wouldn't lie to you.
Well, we applaud your virility.
Where do your
Thank you.
where does your wife and children stay? Where do they stay in Lockport?
We have a small home in the outer city. A shanty is more like.
And where in the outer city is this?
It's on Park Street. Are you looking for like GPS coordinates or?
No, I'm just trying to figure out
we
what it
still
would take
have
to
a,
send some people to, get his wife and children, and make
Oh
sure
yeah.
that Bob,
Yeah, you could-
stays with us and cooperates with us, and make sure that his family's safe. And
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like a good thing, but no, it's a bad thing.
I don't know, Bob. Is your wife hot?
I do okay.
hey, it could be a good thing. Listen, if Bob
Nice.
wants to cooperate with us, then he can come with us, and his wife and children don't have to stay in Lockport.
I'm just checking to see if she's lonely or not.
Who's the other guy? He's not talking, right?
That's James. He doesn't talk much. I do the
Why?
talking for both of us.
Why does James not talk much?
He's very shy. I wouldn't
can't-
bother asking.
I
I
cast
wouldn't
command
bother asking him. God damn it.
Tell us what you know.
All right, hold on. I get to roll against it, right?
Wisdom saving throw DC 15.
It's like the only time I want Will to win the challenge.
Oh, yes. James just looks at you with a blank expression on his face. I think he was hit in the head one too many times as a kid.
I look down at my hands and unsure why my magic isn't working.
Silren casts command. He's got a DC of 18. Oh, no, that's not true.
All right. So
So we should.
So
note for
I just I want to kind of make sure that everyone's on the same page too. If we recall, the main reason to get into Lockport is to let Lucius meet his contacts to get information. Right, that was the main reason to get there, so that you can progress on to your next destination. Just make sure that everyone remembers,
Yeah.
like in this whole escapade of getting into Lockport, kind of what the overall.
It wasn't supposed.
But
It
we all
wasn't
know what
supposed
the
to be a
real
long
plan
visit to
is.
Lockport.
Well, we all know, yeah. Well, not that it's not supposed. Let's just because again, you guys are. Just make sure we're not making plans for the wrong thing. So the point is to get in, get Lucius's
yeah,
information.
get in.
Not
Get
that you
out.
can't stay. You guys can do whatever you want, but
No,
just minding
but
'cause
we
it's
need
been,
No,
to.
I'm
eight,
fine with
8 weeks since you made the plan.
We need to
I'm
make
fine
this
with-
exchange happen and make sure that goes smoothly, and that's kind of what was going on in my head right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know Ye's planning a great furball escapade.
Yes.
I only have one last question for Bob though. Have you ever dealt with the members at Lockport when you've delivered cargo?
I've never personally dealt with them, but I've seen the captain interact with them, so I can walk you through it.
I mean, will they know who the captain is? Will they understand
I
if
know,
it's
I
not
don't-
him?
I don't think they pay enough attention to know what he looks like. They'll just look for his hat. You guys didn't lose his hat, right? It's very important. It's the mark of the station.
Are they gonna be worried that half the ship is burned?
Shh.
They may ask some questions about the porridge and the fire.
I cleaned the porridge.
With a 30-foot geyser from the
Are you-
endless decanter of water.
They might ask some questions about the half burned ship and the blood.
Do they
The
check?
captain's still spurting on the ground over there.
Do they check the contents of the cargo before they take it off the ship?
Generally, they do. Yes.
Do they check all of the contents, or do they just check one piece before taking everything?
They generally just check to make sure the one. I don't think they'll open all 35 boxes.
Do you know generally? Do they just take the closest one? Do they take one at random? How does it work?
They generally take the closest one.
Okay.
So, do we have access to polymorph? Let me ask that.
Oh, I have access to enough stuff to. We'll be fine.
Yes,
Well,
we
I
have access
was-
to polymorph.
I was thinking either we turn Kick Puncher into the captain and have him mimic the captain's voice.
I figured
That's-
Ezekiel was going to turn him into a T-Rex captain. And then
Yes. And when he opens his mouth, I jump out of it. That's just kind of where my head was at.
So that's not how polymorph works though. Polymorph is
Oh,
beasts only. It says the new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's level.
what did we use? Oh no,
Disguise self?
disguise self, was that it? What did we use when we
Yeah,
did the
yeah.
dinner?
It was this guy's self.
Okay.
We have access to
but
that. Oh
no-
boy, do we have access.
But I didn't take that. We had a random wizard do that for us.
That's
Or,
right.
no, they
Not
cast
only do I
seeming.
have-
That's what it was. They cast seeming on all of us.
Oh yeah, they
Okay.
cast. But yeah, I have disguise self. And not only do I have it, I can actually, assuming we turn to level 11, make other people have it. Eh?
And yeah, you can just turn yourself into something as well, right?
I can also cast disguise self as a racial.
All right.
Mm.
Yeah, because we need all the non-humans to be human.
Hey, that's vital. All human crew. That was a big one. I was gonna get you on that one, or they were gonna.
Kind of what I
Oh
thought.
my god. Yeah, no, we got this.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can get Nor's, Nostrid, and Kick Puncher to all look human.
Well, Nostra can do it to himself.
So,
Right.
and I should be able to get the both of you.
So then, Lucius as well, right? Because Lucius is elf.
He's an elf. Yep.
Because we're gonna need him on this ship,
Just-
and then he's gonna have to get off of it to get his
Just-
to his contact.
Let me check.
Just wear a fancy hat to cover his ears.
Are you implying that the only difference between an elf and a man is his ears?
Nobody told you to talk.
That's pretty racist. I'm sorry. I just no. You guys do
Ooh.
you, but I'm just gonna say it's
Hold
racist
on.
even for
Hold on. I think I have this.
Okay.
Yep, we have this. Oh my god. This
Got
is
a
really
beanie in
easy.
the bag of holding.
It's called Hat of Disguise.
Of course, you can say something.
I have access to 8 different infusions right now, dude. It's great. I have a list of like 30 that I can choose from. So
Well, there we go. You give Lucius the hat of disguise so that he can like walk away with it on.
I can just make 3 of them. Why not?
Okay, that's even better. I like hats. So we should probably rearrange the downstairs, clean
Yeah.
up as much of the upstairs, and lay maybe supply boxes on top of some of the blood piles and whatnot. And
Yes.
somebody needs to be the captain. That's not me.
Well, I think Kick Puncher. You heard the captain speaking, right?
All I heard him say was, "Oh shit!" before he died.
Wait, didn't you hear him yelling to
he
Nostrid?
yelled at us a couple times while
Oh,
we were.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I could probably do an
Alright.
approximation.
All right, that's what we need.
I can't wait to hear Chris's pirate voice.
Arg.
So we'll do that. For the furbolgs, because I'm sure that Nostrid is going to want to still give them a proper burial. We need to do something to approximate the weight for 34 of the boxes. Well, for all 35 boxes. And we need the first one to look like a furbolg.
I appreciate the proper burial. I am really worried about not giving them the cargo.
I am more concerned about ending the issues and then doing the burial after.
Okay, so new plan. Nostrid goes into one of the boxes.
I'm still
24
alive.
men.
You will be until the box gets to where it has to go.
Nofstrid, Silren pulls in your arm and goes, "You're not gonna give them my mom, are you, new dad?"
Wow.
You wanted this.
I thought Ye needed a conscience.
And I honestly think the boy should stay on Lucius's boat with his new Jimmy bodyguard.
Only for a little while. Once we find the people responsible for this atrocity, I will lay your clan to rest, and those who have caused this will pay in blood. You have my word.
Okay.
Jimmy, take care of and entertain the boy.
You got it, mate. I'll take right good care of him.
And then I put my hand on Jimmy's shoulder.
And then I
You
spin
will
off.
You will take care of him.
Yeah,
Whoa.
you got it, mate. I said I'd take care of him. Seems like a good lad. And then they have many adventures together in their own
Nice.
spin-off series, Jimmy and Silren.
Jimmy, teach the boy how to handle a weapon while I'm gone.
All right. So how are you? Are you taking both boats? One. I'm assuming you're taking one boat. Who's
One
gonna
boat.
stay on each boat?
I'd say that we're leaving the NPCs on Lucius's boat.
Well, can anyone else sail boats other than Kickpuncher and Lucius?
I'm sure Lucius has a crew.
Yeah, some of Lucius's crew can sub in for him.
Okay.
It's also worth noting I can't do it very well.
You're the captain now.
No, you are the captain. You kill the captain. This is how rights of
That is how boat ownership transfers in my world. Thank you.
Excellent. I speak nothing but orc when we get into the.
What was the captain's name again? Did we get his name?
Bob, what's the
His
captain's
journal.
name?
It was Bob 3.
Bob
Bob 3.
Nope, it was Craig.
Craig.
Craig the captain. He was a great guy.
All right. So how many do we want on deck, and what do we want? How many do we want below with the rowers? Like I'm comfortable keeping the rowing crew in line if needed, or I can be on deck, either or.
I'm sure Penchy can keep the rowing crew in line.
Yeah, but when
If
those
they move,
guys,
he will set them afire.
But when those guys come down for the boxes, I don't think we want Pinchy chilling out down there. Do you? Like nothing that creates suspicion.
That's fair.
I mean, otherwise, great idea. I'm all for it. Just the fact that they got to walk by them.
No. You're right. You're right. You're the captain. I feel like you should be on deck.
I'm not going to be the captain. Kickpuncher, who
I think,
can mimic the captain's
Kickpuncher is
voice.
supposed to be.
That's me.
Or anyone can do a pirate voice. You go deep in the throat. You get a little gravelly with it. It's easy to do.
That's what she said.
Wow. Wow.
That's a little crass even for a pirate.
I honestly feel like with your strength they might need your help in hauling the cargo. So
No, he said they all take care of that. All like the crew's not involved with touching the cargo. He said the only one that gets involved is the captain.
I think we're back to you should be the captain. But okay, that's fine. So yeah, if you want to take care of the crew, then that's okay. What do we do with our two friends here, Bob and James?
Well, you want to leave them on deck? You can leave them on deck.
We
Do
won't,
we?
or we won't give you any trouble.
Well, I know that you won't, Bob, because I know where your family is. But James,
What the fuck?
Or James be my next door neighbor.
Oh no,
That's
his
how-
family is now.
That's how we know each other.
All right, I'm gonna go below and start speaking with the rowing crew, and scaring the shit out of them. That I'll murder all of them if they open their mouths. They're there to row, and I will row with them, but they are there to row and row only.
Bob, can you help me round up 3 hats?
Sorry, what? 3 hats?
Yes.
Like,
The crew has to have hats, right?
just the captain.
No one else has hats on this ship. We have an entire ship with no one having hats.
I mean, we've got some hats. And then he walks downstairs and starts going through the stuff. Any particular kind of hat you're looking for?
Don't care. The only one I care about
I
is
got
Captain's
this
hat.
nice top hat. I'm not sure why we have that on board. This is a bowler. Right? I'm not 100% sure on the different types of hats. So here
I would
you
like the bowler hat.
take your pick.
I absolutely have to have the bowler's hat.
Oh,
This is a
okay.
this is a fedora. This will probably look
Oh.
good on that big fella who was here before. We got this thing with a feather in it. I think this is a pork pie. I'm not sure if that's a real hat though.
Okay. So the captain's hat is
I didn't
gonna be
realize
Kick
this was such a
Puncher.
haberdashery.
Yo, it was your crew. It was your crew. I don't know what it is that they were doing before we came, but more power to you. So we know that Kick Puncher gets the captain's hat. Nor's, which of the 4 hats that we have here do you want?
Either the bowler hat or the fedora. I mean,
Okay, is Lucius here? Lucius,
Yes, darling.
which of these hats do you want?
I'll take the pork pie.
Okay. Give me a second.
I'm not sure if it's a real hat because when I Google pork pie, just food comes up.
I actually want to know what this looks like.
I
Oh,
see that being a Lucius hat.
yeah, that's fair. Okay. So I'm going to remove the infusion from my shield, my armor, and my hammer. And I'm going to turn the captain's hat, the pork pie, and the fedora into... What are they called?
I think it might actually just be called Hat of Disguise.
Is that hat of disguise? If that's what it's called, then yep. Yep, hat of disguise. So we now have 3 hats of disguise, which allow you to cast Disguise Self.
So Lucius
As long
casts
as
the sky
it's
self, and he looks exactly the same, except that his ears are normal human ears.
I was good. Damn it, you beat me to it.
I just nod sagely.
And we all look at Bob and flip him off because he was wrong. All right, so there's Lucius, Kick Puncher.
Yes, what?
How do you disguise yourself? What is it?
I mean, hopefully as close to the captain as possible.
We want to hear you speak as him too.
We'll get to that.
I think it'd be more funny to do it live, so let's wait for that.
We got to make sure this plan works before we commit to it.
It'll be fine.
Okay, I'm gonna move you guys here along a little bit here. So everyone's got their hats. I think everyone is disguised.
I'm blonde
Is there
haired and
anything else
blue
you guys want to do? So Kick Puncher is going to be the captain. What is everyone else going to be doing?
I'm downstairs with the rowing crew.
All right, Ezekiel, Erkin.
Sorry, I
Uh,
had to step away.
Knoxville.
What was that?
I just curious what. So if Kick Puncher is going to be the captain, you guys are just going to be crewmen. Like, is anyone else doing anything particular when you come into?
Nah, I'll be crewman with Bob and James.
Yeah, I'll just be. That's fine.
I am, however, going to be. No, I'm
Up top.
going to try. What?
Up top,
No,
like a
I'm-
good
I'm-
boy,
I'm-
being quiet.
I'm gonna wild shape into a spider and try to spy in on the conversation. Maybe try to follow one of the guards once they're unloading. Because my duration on wild shape is now long. It's actually longer than disguise self now. So
Hmm.
And then Lucius goes, and I'm not sure, darling. I'll take the best opportunity to slip away. I'm pretty stealthy, so I'll pick the right opportunity. Are you guys going to try to sneak away too, or are you gonna outside of Nostrad?
I think I was
I
gonna
want
stay
to
on the
know
boat.
where the bodies are being taken.
Yeah, is everyone else gonna stay on the boat, or are people gonna try to slip away and get things done in Lockport?
I mean, if I pull off the captain thing right, I should just be able to like go to town because the ship is docked.
Yep. I
Do we
would
have
agree
a
with that.
time and day that we're gonna meet back up to leave, so we don't get left behind?
Guys can establish that
Lucius?
now. I only need about a day, darling. So if we'll probably arrive. Assuming we're going to sleep after this, 'cause it's almost night. So we should arrive by tomorrow late afternoon. We could leave by the following afternoon.
Okay.
So if there's
Works for
anything you
me.
can get done in one day in Lockport, that would be a great time to do it.
And then are we going to meet back on this ship, or is your ship be in a nearby area for us to get onto?
We'll probably have to meet back on this ship. I don't think we want to take the other ship in, right? That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
That's fine. My question being that if we all leave, should someone stay on this ship to make sure nothing happens to it?
And I could stay on the captain.
I'm staying. I don't have anything to do in
Or I can keep an eye on it if you'd like.
Yeah, we'll also stay. That's fine.
You don't
So-
trust me yet. I've heard that you're a distrustful lot when it comes to NPCs. I'll win you over at some point.
Well, you shot arrows at me, Bob, and I didn't get an opportunity to kill you yet.
You
I'm just
don't-
waiting- I'm just.
you don't
waiting
know
for
that.
one.
You don't know that for sure. You're just assuming I could have.
Okay. I lost my opportunity to kill you, and I'm waiting for another one. How's that?
Arr. So I'll assume you guys are gonna rest before you depart.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you don't have to. But
Short rest.
What?
I think it's
What?
a
I'm
long.
not sure
I-
what you guys use for stuff.
Oh.
Long
mean,
rest. for me.
I would like to rest, and I would also like to try to make my magical item that I'm making.
Okay.
So
Uh,
if we're long resting, I want to do the downtime stuff too.
Yeah, well, I figure it's a good opportunity. So,
Yep, doing it right
um,
now.
all right.
There it
Do
goes.
downtime stuff.
18 sit-ups. Let's do some push-ups.
18 sit-ups. Jesus. You really don't work that core very well, do you?
It was an 18-minute plank. How's that?
Okay, that's much more impressive.
Do I
Yay-
discover
yay
anything
with
with
the
my
five.
staff?
With the 5. No. Silren comes over and goes, "That's a very interesting staff. Can I see it?"
I hand it over to him.
He sits down and ponders it for a while. Then he just hands it back to you. He's like, it feels right to hold it.
I rummage through my stuff and I hand him my my starter gear staff. You will need this as you grow.
Does it have any cool stats?
No, it's just it's a druidic focus.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
getting something to drink. I'll be back.
Thank you, new dad.
I have a proper name. My name is Nostrid.
Thank you, Nostrid. Thank you for saving me. I didn't want to be an experiment.
No one should be.
Ooh. Actually, wait. Can I search for herbs?
Yes.
Yeah. I need to make a macro up searching for herbs.
Wisdom or int plus proficiency.
It's the exact same.
I'm also gonna steer the boat.
So this is much more important now.
Yes.
Erkin, what was that? 24.
Yep.
So 5.
Okay.
How my table works. So worm tongue petals.
Okay.
Milkweed seeds.
Okay.
Chromis slime.
I'm back. Did we die?
Yes.
Okay.
Mandrake root. And elemental water.
Hey. And then I would like to make 2 potions.
What do you make?
Alright, so I'm using 2 Wild Sage Root, heals for 2d4 plus alchemy modifier, but I'm adding milkweed seeds, double the rolled effect for any healing effect, but remove all alchemy modifier bonuses. So I needed to hit 12 for those, so that's made, and then plus the Gravewarden Eye doubles the potency, so I think that makes it 4d8.
Sounds
And I
good.
have 2 of them. Hey! And I will give 1 to Ezekiel and 1 Kick Puncher.
Are these are the special ones, right?
4d8.
4. Oh, I already have one in my inventory. That's 44. So what is?
You guys have a lot of potion healing.
Yeah. It's too bad I never get hit by attack. So.
Yeah, such a fucking shame. All right. Anyone else have anything specific?
Do you need me to roll a d20 to train Jimmy, or
I
is that
do.
not-
You want him to be level 3, right?
Yep. Come on. Wow.
Sick.
Oh no.
So he goes back to level 1.
Excellent.
Bardic inspiration?
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Flash of genius.
All right, so as you guys are doing your normal nighttime routine stuff, the 2 ships are still tied together for now, and they're kind of just drifting. And you're in each of your own kind of different areas of the ship, and each of you has kind of a unique moment by yourself. So we'll start with Kick Puncher. So Kick Puncher, you walk onto the deck of Lucius's ship, and you see at the very back, kind of sitting on the railing, sitting in like a meditative pose. You see Dell. You can see that he's kind of like deep in meditation.
I'm not gonna wake him out of a meditation.
him-
Yeah, push him
Push
off
him
the
overboard.
boat.
Now
I'll just
I'm the best monk.
I mean, I already kicked his ass in 1v1 combat, so that's not even a
Damn.
question.
Yeah,
But you know,
Damn.
no, I'll just go. Just sit next to him, meditate with him. Sure.
All right, so you guys sit side by side, and you don't really speak to each other. After a little while, he turns to you and goes, "How long were you in the monastery?"
20. God damn it.
20 goddamn years. No.
Was
I
it,
mean, it was.
was it 20 years? I thought it was shorter.
No, it was not. No, it was. It was a few years. My flock spent most of our time wandering before we were taken in by them.
I noticed that you spend most of your training time focused on physical combat. You know, it's a big part of being a monk is to focus on the internal as well. You know, use the mind to strengthen the body. You know, I'd love to sit with you a while and we can kind of go over it. I can show you how to do it. You'll feel incredibly revitalized if you master the technique. You know,
Yeah,
the mental is just as important as the physical.
yeah, I would greatly appreciate that.
So you guys sit on the deck for several hours, you know, deep in meditation, and you know when you come to, you know, you enter like a deep meditative trance, and when you come to, you feel like maybe you have 22 additional hit points.
Heard of that one.
Wait, does that mean I leveled up too?
You will level up as soon as you go to sleep in 2 seconds. But yes, you have acquired the tough feature.
Yes. I just yeah, I look over at Dell and I like kind of like look at myself like, whoa, why haven't I been doing this? Can I get 22 hit points every night?
You should give it a while before you try again, but it's better than coffee for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I appreciate you taking your time.
We'll sit again, and then he heads off to bed. All right, we'll jump over to Erkin. So Erkin, I just imagine that you're spending a lot of time in kind of like a workbench area on the ship. You know, just if nothing else, just tinkering. And Arthur approaches you as you're standing there.
He goes, Birkin, I came up with this new invention that I'm working on it as we traveled, and I was hoping that you'd give it a try for me.
I wait about 5-10 seconds, still
Oh, you
patient on
fucker.
tinkering, and then I look up, push my glasses in, and say, "And what is that?"
He hands you over what looks like a regular like steel gauntlet, like right that you'd wear on your hands, except that it is painted like a very bright metallic red, and you can see on the forearm several like adjustable knobs. He goes,
Try it on, and I'll show you what it can do.
So I take this gauntlet and I put it on my left hand.
He's like, okay, now push the first button on the left hand side.
I take and I push the left button on the side.
So as soon as you press it, it emits a maybe 3 foot by 3 foot, like almost like an energy field that looks very similar to how a regular shield would look. But it looks like it's created out of almost like a force field, like similar to a magic spell. And he goes,
Right, now press the button next to that one.
press the next button.
And as you press it, the energy pulses out away from you and actually launches Arthur, who's standing in front of you, back about I don't remember, 15 feet.
I gasp, and I run to Arthur.
Oh, that's amazing. It worked just like I wanted it to. Isn't it fucking cool?
It is really cool. It seems like I have one less infusion I have to use now.
Yeah, I noticed that when I was reading your broken class.
So the only thing as I say is that I will say that you can infuse this RP shield, if you will, but to gain that one, because I think it gives you 3 AC, right? That'd be the only difference.
So if it's a regular shield, it's 2. Infusing it gives me +1, and then depending on what I infuse it with, gives me the additional benefits. So what I was using was the repulsion shield, which is what this does.
Yeah, so
Want me
this
to use-
does that, yeah. Well, this
that-
gives you the same effects as Shield Master, which I think was the feat that you wanted to take.
Yes, please. All right. So okay, perfect.
And then we'll jump over to Ezekiel. So Ezekiel, you have been spending your time at night working on your concentration, and you've been accomplishing that by engaging in martial combat with some of Lucius's crew while you attempt to maintain concentration on Norse that you turned into a squirrel. He's very easy to polymorph due to his low wisdom. So you find that it's good practice, and you definitely feel like tonight may be the culmination of all your practice, as you have squirrel Norse running around the outside, and you're currently engaged in combat with 3 of Lucius's crew. And you notice that your concentration doesn't ebb even after taking several hits in the past that would have broken your spell. You're able to kind of maintain that for the entirety of the fight. And you're able to defeat all 3 crew members without Norris popping back into half-orc form.
Sweet.
Sorry, Warcaster is really boring, so there's not that much story that goes along with it.
Fair enough.
Especially because
And he gets an opportunity attack as they walk.
I know. How do you
Just
story
love it.
that? And then the other thing is the sword and shield, which you don't use either.
All right, ready? I'll story it for you. All right.
Okay.
In the middle of this combat, while maintaining this concentration on Norse, I deftly dodge out of the way of an attack, and without even thinking, as if my hands moved on their own, I immediately cast a fireball at one of the crew members who attacked me.
Fuck, you killed the crew member? What the fuck, man?
It was just a baby fireball. He's more than level 1.
Also, you can't fireball on his
Firebolt.
reaction.
Firebolt. That's what I meant.
All right, thank you. That was better RP. Yeah, no. So you have the Warcaster ability, which makes you even more annoying. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, fucking can't break concentration. Can't affect you with any status effects. Can't do anything.
I could have just went with resilient wisdom or something instead.
Yeah, that was boring though. I like Warcaster. I think it was thematically correct too.
Honestly, I think thematically, if we didn't have Yay, I would have taken Ritual Caster. But he pretty much takes up. he pretty much has all the useful rituals that would be worth taking.
I mean, I'm still taking Ritual Caster.
Right, but I mean, we don't need to double up. Is what I mean.
Yeah. All right. So you guys all go to sleep, and we'll jump over to Norse. So Norse, as you sleep, you have a dream. So in this dream, you're standing in what looks like a large dirt arena, and standing on the opposite side of the arena, you see what looks to be like an ancient human wizard. Right, so kind of decrepit looking, and you don't know what you're doing there or why you're there, but that's never really mattered in the past anyway.
No, it's an arena. I'm here to fight.
You're here to fight. You see the wizard begin to raise his hands as you start moving forward, and begins moving them in a unique pattern and begins begins chanting, and rising out of the ground, you see a large demonic form that begins to pull itself up and moves in to attack you. You can see that the wizard behind him is still chanting and moving his hands. And what do?
Attack the wizard.
So you rush around the side of the demon and plunge your you have now sword. Plunge your sword deep into the wizard's heart, stopping his chanting. And with a start, you wake up and you feel like you realize something important about spellcasters.
Then I
how
forgot
to
it.
how to slay them, and then you forgot it. That's fine. I'm sorry, you don't learn any. You only learn how to kill mages, and mages don't exist in 5e. So
I think to myself, the next time Ezekiel turns me into a squirrel, I'm gonna need to test it.
all right, and then we go to Nofstrid. So Nofstrid, you are also having a dream, and it's very similar to many dreams you've had before. So you are walking through the forest.
Pile of men.
But it's different than dreams you've had because you can't hear or see any other living things around you. You continue to walk through the forest, and you feel an unnatural pull to continue forward. And in the distance, you see a massively giant oak tree, and you feel pulled to go closer to it and examine it. What do you do?
Get poison oak.
I walk to the tree and I place my hand on the bark.
Sitting on a low branch, you see a majestic snowy owl staring at you intently.
I lift my finger and I whistle to the owl.
It looks at you, cocks its head, and then swoops down to land on your shoulder. And you awake with a start. And to your surprise, you see sitting on the end of your bed a enormous snowy owl riding a razor-thin disc of metal. And now you know find familiar, I guess. Right? Is it supposed to be find familiar in Tensor's disc?
Yeah, it's so the ritual caster feat says I have a ritual book, so like I
Find
wake up with
rituals.
I wake up with a start, grab a notebook, and I start jotting down
Yeah. I also like that the
memories of
owl
the
was
dream.
there.
Well, yes, the owl.
You summoned it in your sleep.
Yes.
Is that owl's name Satan?
No, I will call him Talos.
All right, so you guys all finish your long rest, and you are all level 11.
What up?
Congratulations. You're halfway. Things are going to get crazy now. Does anyone get
Yeah.
anything particularly cool at 11?
Hell yeah.
Yup.
Oh yes.
So the
I-
racial that I already had, I have it doubled now.
What does that mean?
So every time he takes me down to 1, I start off using my racial, or down to 0 hit points. I come back up from the dead with 1, and then I have the barbarian ability to do the same on top of that.
I gain the effect of Sanctuary after every long rest. So if you ever want to attack me, you have to do a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
How long does that last?
Until the next long rest. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
I mean, it's just the first creature who breaks through it ends it.
I was still.
I lost Shocking or Thunderwave. Yeah. I lost Thunderwave, gained Minor Illusion and Mass Suggestion.
Ooh.
Oh, Mass Suggestion. That should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck with some people.
I got rank 3 druid spells. Get
Oh,
ready.
okay.
I got spell storing item. So I get to make an item that either is an infusion or of mine or a weapon that I can wield and put in it a first or second level spell from my spell list. And it can be cast twice my intelligence modifier.
Of course.
So a kick puncher,
Plus
you can now
10.
cast web 10 times per long rest.
Yeah, no, next level is the one where it gets super bonkers. So everything I summon gains 2 extra HP for every hit die it has. So when I summon 12 giant owls, each one's gonna have like 35 HP.
I'm googling CR30 monsters.
Listen, I didn't get that. I really didn't get anything cool. I had it
How
already.
many flying Tarask? I think that's the thing.
Oh, and all their attacks are considered magical to overcome resistances to non-magical damage. No, it like summon woodland creatures is like way overpowered for its level, really. Like
Alright.
the
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
like the conjure woodland beings, which is the level 4 upgraded version, which lets you summon Fae. When they initially designed the spell, there wasn't that many like Fae creatures that you could potentially summon from the monster manual, which they expanded later with as Xanthars. But like originally, like the best things you could summon were Fae, were just the Dryads, who just became vending machines for good berries, and they would just sit there and just charm people. That was basically about it. But like, you could just summon so many goddamn bears with summon woodland creatures, summon animals rather. That it's ridiculous.
Alright, alright, so you guys wake up in the morning, you bid most of your NPCs farewell, promise to return to them. They're, unless you guys tell me otherwise, they're just going to kind of hang tight where they are,
Yeah.
kind of parked off the coast. Just to confirm, you are taking Lucius, Bob, and James with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so you guys set off and begin rowing to Lockport. So you're set to arrive in, by we'll say like mid-afternoon. And before too long, you see the hazy view of the city through the fog. You see that there's a decent amount of boat traffic inside. You see some smaller ships moving back and forth in the port, all of them bearing Bellfire's colors. You also see 2 enormous warships parked basically along the perimeter. These are 10 times bigger than the boat you're on, crews of hundreds of individuals. You pass by them safely. You're marked with the right colors. But as you guys slide into port, can everyone make a perception check for me?
Oh, shit.
Lucky.
Bear with me.
Wow, terrible.
I'm working on it. Woohoo!
Right, so
17 and 15.
Erkin, you notice flying in a lazy circular pattern overhead is an enormous red shape. It seems to just kind of be lazily circling above the port.
I would assume that I also see it.
Oh, did I miss you? I'm sorry.
I rolled exactly the same as Erkin.
Oh, then yes. I saw an option first. Sorry about that.
I shouldn't have
So
even
yes,
rolled.
Ezekiel and Erkin both see them.
So should I like roll something to alert my companions about the natures of dragons, or do they just inherently know from our travel?
Well, real quick, I'd like to do it. The long side-eye glance at Ezekiel, since we've been traveling together. I feel like that's one of those natural things that we do if we notice something together.
I just nod back at him, and then just I don't know, nonchalantly mention it. Say, "Don't look up," but I don't know how good Dragon's eyesight is.
They are quite good.
At what point do we put our disguises on?
Wait, hold
Hopefully they're on now.
Yeah.
I
The dragon swoops down. Goes Kanku.
I know that
I am losing out on 4 AC for you, okay?
I know that
Sorry,
I know that Balefire knows of us, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's mentioned you
All right.
several times when you see through his eyes.
All right. So I'm just gonna say, keep your hats on, keep your hoods up. If its eyesight is really that good, Balefire knows, who we are. I don't know if he knows what we look like, but let's not take any chances.
Feel like he remembers.
I mean, it's been a while, and
Unfortunately, you look exactly the same as you did.
apparently,
Like you didn't age a day. All right, so you guys, Lucius definitely maneuvers into the dock, kind of drop the gangplank down. Is there any last minute things you want to do to prepare for boarders, or are you
I head
comfortable with what you-
down below deck and I shape into my favoriteest of all wild shape.
Spider?
Spider, I hang from the ceiling.
Sorry, giant spider or spider?
CR0 spider.
I throw things at the spider that is now down below deck. Me. And scream
Yeah.
like a girl.
I quickly make sure that Pinchy is safely in barrel form in my bag of holding.
All right. So you see a formal looking man. It looks like to be of higher rank. Begin to come up the gangplank. He goes, "All right, lads. Where's the captain?"
All right.
I point towards Kickfire.
Captain's hat.
I go, Yar! You're looking at him. Craig the captain right here.
Yes, Craig. I'm assuming everything went as we assumed.
Yeah, of course.
All right, the locals didn't give you any trouble.
Anyone who gave us any troubles down below, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Sounds good. So I'm just gonna hop on down, take a look at the cargo, and we'll begin the offloading process as long as everything looks good.
Yar!
All right. Can you roll me a say it's a mimicry check, right? We'll give you kind of advantage on your deception.
Okay.
Uh, he looks at you and he goes, "You look a little different than the last time I saw you. Maybe did you get a haircut?"
Yar! Glad you noticed.
Syphilis.
No,
then he heads
not,
down.
not a single damn one on the crew.
Then he heads downstairs. He looks in on the rowers and Norris. How are the rowers doing?
The rowers are sitting at their stations quietly and at the ready.
All right, can you make me an intimidate check to keep them in line?
Oh boy. Let me just double check that. Yep, it is +3. All right. I've been doing so well with checks tonight. Oh,
I'm gonna use Flash of Genius to give him +5 and yell down, please don't beat the rowers again.
18.
I see everything's shipshape here. That's good to see. And then he heads downstairs again. He goes, I see they have a spider infestation.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm a single tiny spider hanging. How I will roll stealth against his perception.
All right, he rolled a 19. Roll your stealth.
Yeah.
Oh my
get-
god.
All right, he walks right by the spider.
Stealthiest better in all of Lockport.
he pops open the first crate. I mean, Offstrid, you're observing this.
Yes, I am.
Kneels down. Goes, God, these got to deal with these filthy animals. Then he closes the crate back up. He begins to head upstairs.
I follow him and try to hop onto his. Is he wearing like a cloak or something like that?
Sure.
Okay.
It's
Is his,
it's an unusually chill morning, so he's got his favorite cloak on.
I
What
tried.
color is it?
It's blue.
What kind of fabric?
Has this nice sateen.
That's
got
a weird
this-
cloak to have for blocking the wind. I was thinking more of a wool material myself.
It's not that cold. He wears it mostly for style.
It's his favorite cloak.
It's microfiber.
All right. What are you trying to accomplish, Jay?
I'm trying to drop into his cloak.
All right. What do you think? Acrobatics? Give you something spidery.
Yeah, let me pull up the actual stat block for Spider.
You know, you had those nice boxes you could ride with on in.
That's also
Nope, he
true.
needs to be on the cloak. Because if he doesn't steal the cloak from me, I'm gonna be very upset.
All right, +2. Let's do this.
Eh.
15.
Take it. So you drop from the ceiling and kind of land in like the hood of the cloak, which he doesn't have on currently. Or he doesn't have the hood up, so you kind of land in like the basket. And you are along for the ride. Or is your plan just to follow him for a while, or
I climb out of the basket of the hood before he emerges to the top of the deck, and I climb under the hood, like the head of the hood, basically.
Okay.
Try to get the
Are you visible to people if they were looking?
I have a +4 to stealth.
Oh, screw me for trying to help you.
I am attempting to remain hidden because, barring ability to communicate with the rest of you, my rogue plan.
I mean, if he's hanging out like in like the little crevice that the hood makes, it's fine.
all right? So he proceeds back up in the deck. He goes, Captain Craig. Everything seems to be in order. I will be
Yar,
by-
naturally.
I will be by. Thank you. I will be by later with your new orders. So I would expect you to be here, but your crew can take shore leave in the interim. I will have some men come by to start moving the boxes. Please don't interfere with them.
Yar, you heard him, men.
I'm so happy right now. I'm good over how happy. Bob leans over to Kick Puncher and he goes, "This is going really well. You're doing great."
I just nod sagely.
All right, and the quartermaster begins to walk away, and you see some men begin to come up and start offloading boxes. So Lucius nods at you, and he walks down the gangplank and disappears. So where is everybody heading? So Ye is obviously with the quartermaster. I think Kick Puncher said
Yeah,
he's
so
gonna stay on
I
the
have
boat.
I got a 2-hour transformation per charge of wild shape.
Wild shape. Okay. Kick Puncher, you're staying on the boat.
Yes.
All right. Urkin, Ezekiel, Norse.
On
Wait,
the boat.
what?
I
you
want
guys
to see
he-
TikTok.
All right. I say you guys heading somewhere. So you have about a day in the city. So if you have anything to accomplish in a day, if you want to head out there,
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so you guys are heading out together, or Norse, you said you're staying on the boat.
Yep.
I need to head to the local library.
Nice. My
I've heard-
favorite scene.
I've heard that they're not easy to get to in the city, but I'm gonna try anyway.
Is that your first destination?
Yeah, and along the way, I assume me and her can at least start off together and say, I'm gonna tell him, think if I can find some more of those planar gates, I can get some more artifacts. There was like 3 others in there, and if those exist all over the world, I have a feeling that maybe they're connected somehow. So I want to try to find out where I can find another planar gate.
Going to reply saying, I didn't realize that there were 3 artifacts. I would like to hear everything about your adventure through the planar gate when you come back. Maybe we can try to figure out exactly how they came to be and where we can locate more
Maybe you could
based
build
on
one for
the
me.
inside. Maybe TikTok and I could.
Finally, Urkin can grill someone besides me. That was
Oh.
exciting. I'm looking forward to that scene. All right, so why don't we we'll follow Nostrad first. So Nostrad, the men spend about an hour loading up boxes into carts. Quartermaster's kind of like keeping an eye, but not really pitching in. Upper management type. But he does go with them when they begin to make the delivery. So he jumps on his horse and kind of leads the way. Are you riding with him?
Yes, I am. I got about another hour left on the transformation.
So, so he proceeds to lead this procession into the middle city, which is the home of most of the richer nobles. And he definitely takes you to one of the more affluent areas. And it's maybe another 30 minutes by horse. And then he pulls up in front of a very large house and rings the bell. And a servant comes to the door and goes, "Yes." And the quartermaster goes, "I have a delivery here of research supplies for Dr. Stein." Goes, "All right, you can just leave them in the foyer. Dr. Stein will be up shortly." And they begin offloading the boxes, which is going to take some time. I'm just going to ride it out.
No, at this point, I take a note of the location of the house and I break off of the cloak. So how much time do I got left? Like 15, 20 minutes?
I'll say if you jump off right when that statement happens, you have 30 minutes left.
Okay, so I climb onto the top of the wall to try to get as good a view of my surroundings as possible, and I start heading my way back towards the dock, but with the caveat that I realize I can't make it all the way before the time wears out, and I try to find like a tree or something to climb into to shift back.
Okay. So it's no issue. So you begin to head back, and with time to spare, you find a large oak tree, and you're able to climb up the branches without attracting too much.
Am I still in the middle city or am I in the outer city at this
You're in the middle city still. So yeah,
point? All right, so
you're in the middle city. If you're heading back to the dock, so the dock kind of connects the two parts of the city. Um, Otherwise, you'd have to pass through like the gate to get back to the outer city.
all right, so then I'm how secure am I in this tree right now?
It's pretty thick branches. If you're sitting up in the tree, I'll say you could probably turn back into Nostrad without attracting attention. You couldn't get out of the tree though.
Okay, so I'm gonna shift back into my regular form and take a short rest up in the tree while I contemplate this current situation.
Okay.
How I'm gonna muster myself to back into the docks of Lockport without drawing it like too much attention for people.
Turn
Okay.
yourself into a small spider and crawl there.
Yes, at 20 feet every 6 seconds, I will be there in 2 hour, well, I guess an hour and 45-minute increments over the next day.
All right. All right. That's fine then. So we'll leave you to your short rest, and we will jump over to. I guess we'll do Ezekiel first. So you're going to. Are you going to try to get into the middle city? Because I'm not sure how you're going to get through the gates. It's not set up to
Well, I mean, are
let people through.
there other libraries, or is that the only library?
So there's no libraries in the outer city because picture like kind of like a refugee camp. Um, so you would have to be able to get into the middle city in order to do that. I think you should go to the Cinnamon Cider first, and then maybe something will happen that will let you get to the middle city.
Well, then I guess we're doing Erkin's thing first, huh?
Interesting.
No, I think you should go as well, and then I think middle city may open up. Just some thought that I may have.
All right. Well,
Right,
I
so you
guess.
both-
Well, all right. Well, I guess seeing that I get turned away from the gate, I'm gonna go back to the Cinnamon Cider to ask, what the fuck's his name? Raven? Yeah,
Raven.
Raven. If he has any ideas of how we can get in, because I need to get to the library.
So you catch back up with Erkin, and you enter the front door of the Cinnamon Cider. And the first thing you notice that it is a lot busier than it was the last time you were here. Right, there's maybe 24 people kind of sitting in the bar. But a familiar voice rings out and goes, "Well, goddamn!
Yes.
I wasn't sure I'd ever see you boys again." And a familiar innkeeper comes out from behind the counter to give you guys a big hug and shake hands. Nothing, no reaction for Barley.
I'm not with you guys.
I also figured the circuit thing. Yeah, the first thing I'm gonna say is keep it down. Can we go in the back and talk? We gotta keep a low profile right now.
Well, I gotta run shop up here, but you just head right on back. There's some people down there. I'm sure they'll be happy to see you too.
I'm gonna ask for a glass of cider to go.
Absolutely. Deals you up one cinnamon cider in
Yeah.
a solo cup to go.
And a solo cup.
Oh, you asked for it to go.
I'm pulling out.
No
my
glass down the stairs.
No, I'm pulling out my own.
No glass on the patio. Come on, you know this. So you guys head through the secret entrance in the back, down the stairs, and you see a couple people at the bottom. So you see TikTok working over in the corner. You see Raven kind of sitting at like the large conference table in the center of the room, and you see Heather kind of sitting off to the side, practicing her lock picking, whatever rogues do. You can see that the bottom of the hideout has been expanded. I mean, like almost tenfold, right? So obviously they've been very busy. You can see that there's some additional like private chambers around the outside of the room, and the central like conference space is much larger than it was. TikTok's kind of workshop has been expanded as well. So the Raven jumps up and goes, "Can't believe that you're back. How did it go with Brugger? We've heard all kinds of reports coming out of the mountain. Is it true that you killed him?" I'll take
It's
that.
not
I'll take that to-
true.
I'll take that to mean yes. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. That's kind of the opposite of what we were going for. I mean, where's
You tried to
everyone
kill
else?
First.
But we have the support of his daughter, and likely she's either going to become queen of the dwarves or be on the council, whatever they decide to do for their government going forward.
So the dwarves are gonna join us in battle if need be.
They will help us in some way, but they need their forces are very depleted, and they need to rebuild themselves first.
And it's also
Ruger did quite a
the
number on
outside.
them.
We'll take it as a soft positive. I'll take it as a partial. I mean, what else have you guys been up to? It's been so long. We've been hearing rumors from all parts of the land. Where's everyone else?
We made friends with a pirate. We've secured a sailing vessel. 2, actually.
That's great. You can get over to the coast, try to drum up support over there. That's That's exciting news.
Our next stop is head over Grove to try to get the support of the Furbo folk that live there, and see if we can.
I've heard they're in a rough way over there. No good news is coming out of the Grove these days.
That's what we've heard as well. Officer is quite upset.
We have some good news for you guys, though. We were able to secure a way to get to the middle city. We were able to secure a deed to a business, which means that we have access to these. Hand over a note to each of you, basically allowing you as like a worker's visa into and out of the city. You guys should check the place out if you have some time. It's shit. What was the address for it? It was on Beach Street, I think. I don't remember. Oh, Elm Street, 1337 Elm Street.
All right, yeah. I mean,
What kind of business is this?
I think it was a blacksmith, but now I'm not sure.
A blacksmith, you say? I'd love to take a look.
Yeah, I definitely think it's worth a look if you guys got time. I mean, what do you? I mean, how long are you here for?
just
4
a day.
hours.
All right, well, yeah, definitely. Oh, and I almost forgot. Scribble Knot left a note for you guys. Walks to the back to.
Is he? Did he recover from his injuries?
Yeah, no, he's doing great. He's back to full strength. He wanted to be here to see you guys when you got back, go over everything. But there's been a Reaper in the outer city, killing a lot of people, trying to flush us out. So Lynx and Scribble Knot headed out of town, try to draw him out. So unfortunately, couldn't be here, but I'm not sure when he's going to be able to make it back. Unfortunately, but they didn't have a choice; they had to go.
I interrupt him. You sent 2 people alone to deal with the Reaper?
I mean, Lynx and Scribble Knot, I'd hardly qualify as 2 people. Those are the 2 best that we have.
We had a party of 6, and I don't know if what we thought was a Reaper, but we barely got away.
No, you bought a hunter.
Yeah, they were still
Yes.
undead. I don't know any better. I'm
Um,
trying not to. I'm trying not to mix
Saying a
knowledge with my
reaper
dude.
is less danger than a hunter?
No.
Oh, well, okay. So
Plus,
I
I'm saying
stand by
so
what
more
Ezekiel
dangerous,
said.
I don't believe that Reapers can actually be killed. I think they're just trying to draw it out of the city. They're hoping if they cause enough trouble outside the city, they can pull it out there and then move it away. But we had to do something. It was killing folks out here.
Okay.
He hands you 2 notes. One is addressed to the party. One is addressed to. Check your phone.
Checking my what?
Your journal. Putting it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Hey.
so you should see the one.
I guess we can look at the group one first.
Wait, is there deed? Oh, no.
No.
I don't see any.
Dear friends, I heard from the Raven that I owe you my life. I count myself among the hundreds that can claim the same. Your legend
Only
continues-
100.
Only 100.
Hundreds. I included everyone.
Your legend continues to grow again amongst the citizens of the outer city, which I am sure Balefire and his agents have not failed to notice. Tread lightly in the city for the time being. I'm sure you have plenty of questions for me about the 10 years you've missed. Unfortunately, duty calls and I must respond. Reaper has been killing citizens in the outer city in an attempt to flush out the rebellion cells. I have gone with Lynx to cause trouble for the caravans of farms outside of town in an attempt to draw it away, an attempt to destroy it, assuming these creatures can actually be killed. I'll return to Lockport as soon as I can and hope to see you when I do. Until we meet again, Scribble Knot.
What a guy.
And then Erkin, Heather walks over to you and hands you 4 healing potions. She goes, "Here, last time you guys were here, you asked me to steal these for you. I know that was a really long time ago, and you probably don't need them anymore, but here you go." She hands you 4 basic ass health potions.
Sick.
That was literally the directive you gave her when you guys left 55 days ago.
At least worth.
Hey Heather, did you happen to steal any other crafting supplies for making potions, or did you only get the healing potion?
I was only able to steal the healing potions, but I have a whole team now, so we're going to be stealing lots of stuff.
All right,
If you
so
want me to grab anything, just let me know.
all I'm saying is, as much as we appreciate potions, we asked you to get both healing potions and crafting supplies for making potions. I would like you to get the crafting supplies as top of the list here on out.
Okay, no problem. I
And
don't remember
also-
that. A god must have taken bad notes.
Can't you upgrade these potions?
Oh, I can probably find a way to upgrade these potions. That's not the point. I'm
Well, I
upset
mean,
because
I
I
was
have it
gonna
written
say-
right here.
I was gonna say we should just donate them back to the rebellion cause, but if you can upgrade them,
Ooh.
let's keep them.
Actually, it might be a good idea to give them back to the rebellion cause, because maybe Heather can give us better crafting material. And then I hand her my notebook that says crap.
You want to give her some specific stuff to look for instead of just
Oh,
steal
specific
all.
stuff. Oh, baby, I have a chart now. All right, Heather.
Oh.
I am looking for wild sage root.
Give her 3 things. 1.
Milkweed seeds, and dried Fedra.
Then another figure walks in and goes, "Hey, you guys, it's me, Tony Ravioli. Did you have anything you need to sell for you while you're here?"
Did you sell any of our shit while we were gone?
You actually didn't give him anything to sell before you left, so I did check that. He had sold everything for you before you left.
Oh.
I
Wasn't he
literally
looking
have
for
nothing
stuff
that
for
I
us?
hoarded.
So Lucius, no, he had completed all his missions before he left. You had asked him about the coin, which he didn't have any information on.
Mm.
He
Then
had
I
sold
asked about the
everything. You guys gave
goggles,
Lucius
but
some stuff.
you're right. You're right.
What was that?
You're right. I asked about the goggle, but then TikTok came through. You're right.
So you guys gave Lucius some stuff to sell, so he'll have that stuff for you.
I don't have anything right now. But stuff in my inventory is for TikTok.
He looks crestfallen. He's only got one job, guys.
Listen, Tony, let me talk to TikTok first. Whatever he can't use, I'll give to you.
Hey, does Tony want to join the party?
I'm more of a hang out and do some shady shit. Less so with the punchy.
We got a few of those types already.
I feel like I would just be redundant to your pirate captain. All right, so you want to talk to TikTok? I'm not sure how illuminating this conversation is going to be, but good luck.
Okay. So I walk up to TikTok.
Make this goose.
No, it's more important.
So TikTok looks extremely happy and goes, "TikTok."
TikTok, do you know who Brix Rexy is?
TikTok.
What does he look like when he says that?
He just looks happy.
Does he look happier than normal?
He's obviously happy to see you guys.
Does he have any reaction to me saying the words Brix Rexy?
He does not.
What about perpetual motion clock?
I elbow Erkin. I say, why don't you put your headband of intelligence on him and see if it'll let him speak?
All right. So I start emptying out my bag of holding. So I pull out a
Start
giant
pouring shit
sword.
on the ground. A giant clock falls out.
No, he already has that. Now I pull out a giant sword that weighs 150 pounds.
He's poking at your gauntlet. He seems very interested.
I hold the gauntlet. Inspect.
Sorry, what was that?
All right, so I start pulling out shit out of my bag. My giant sword, 22 copper ingots, 7 steel ingots, the dwarven control crystal, and when it's light enough that I can actually remove the infusion, I create the headband of intelligence and I put it on, or I give it to TikTok and ask, put it on. Although I feel like he's smarter than I am, to be fair.
He puts it on, and I just want to verify. So this makes his intellect 19 no matter what, right?
Well, if it's higher than 19, then it doesn't do anything.
Okay, so it doesn't reduce his intelligence if he's higher than that.
Correct.
So he just looks exactly the same. He's digging the headband though. You can tell he feels like he's working it pretty well. Like he can make it work.
I give him a thumbs up.
TikTok.
Maybe I don't understand how that headband works.
It makes your intelligence 19.
No, that was in character.
Oh, okay.
All right. TikTok, can you give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying?
He gives you a thumbs up.
Okay, TikTok, give me a thumbs up if you know who Brix Rexy is.
He doesn't do anything.
TikTok, give me a thumbs up if you understand what a perpetual motion clock is.
He gives you a thumbs up.
TikTok, give me a thumbs up if you can build a perpetual motion clock.
Gives you a thumbs up. Oh, he gives you like a shaky thumbs up.
TikTok, give me a thumbs up if you need specific items to build it, but can build it with those items.
He gives you a thumbs up.
So I lay before him giant sword, all of the ingots, 22 copper, 7 steel, and the dwarven crystal, and ask him any of these point to whatever he can use to create this perpetual motion.
I'm sorry. So can you give me those things again? So giant sword.
Yep.
Ingots and stuff, right?
22 copper, 7 steel, and the dwarven crystal.
All right. So he keeps everything but the giant sword. He seems very, very excited about all this stuff that you gave him. He's like he's TikToking all over the place.
He doesn't know who Brix Rex is.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Tony? Is he still here?
Yeah. I forgot that I was Tony.
Tony?
Yeah.
2 things. How much do you think you can sell this giant 150-pound sword that a Grave Titan would wield? How much do you think you get for it?
I can probably get probably like 20 gold for it.
That's it?
I mean, who needs a 150-pound sword? That seems a little ridiculous, if you ask me.
Is there any collector who wants to say they killed a Grave Titan and has their sword on display?
I can certainly poke around. You want to leave it with me?
I can leave it with you, but you should not sell for anything less than 35 gold. If you can't, then we can find other uses.
I gotta find Tony Ravioli's voice. Wasn't it? Everything was like a "Hey you guys" thing, right?
Yeah, it was a "Hey you guys." It's like the fucking Brooklyn, like Italian mobster fuckhead.
Yeah, I can't find it for some reason.
How you really feel.
It's okay. It's been a while. I live in Brooklyn,
you
all right? I hate all of them.
I'll handle selling your sword for you. No, I got you. No problem.
Little bit deeper and more graspy, but you got it. Either. The other question is Brix Rexy.
I never heard of him.
Find someone who has.
Sure thing. I'm less in the information trade and Fuck, I cannot land it. I'm more in the information trade than I'm more in the stolen goods trade than the information trade, but I'll keep an ear out for you.
I have faith in you. You know a bunch of people, and this person slash goblin would have a lot of money riding on. So you can find somebody.
You got it, boss.
And honestly, the last thing I want to do is ask TikTok one more thing. TikTok,
TikTok.
is there anything that you could do that would help me wield heavy armor without it weighing as much?
He spent some time thinking, and he takes a tape measure out and he starts measuring you. And then he starts kind of doodling on a sketch pad. You can tell he's thinking about it. You might not be able to get an answer right now.
That's fine. Those are the only things that I wanted this time.
So TikTok walks back over to you, and are you guys done, by the way?
I'm done with this area. I don't know what Ezekiel needs to do.
Yeah, I wanted to talk.
Oh, I think he's got the. Oh, he did. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I wanted to talk with Birkin on the way up.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Um,
all right.
So TikTok walks over to you, and reaches up to check on your glasses, and make me a perception check.
Well, fuck.
You
We
can
don't know
do
how
it.
that goes.
Failed it 4 times now, so
We've had what 4 perception checks, and out of 8 rolls, I rolled a 17 as my highest. And everything else has
you haven't
been
rolled
sub 10.
anywhere near. Oh, you're saying today?
Yeah, today. I don't understand.
Right.
Oh my god.
Hey,
No!
All
I
right,
know all
so
the things.
so as TikTok reaches up to adjust your glasses, you can see as his sleeve pulls up a little bit, the same writing from the Hermit's book is tattooed all the way up his forearm.
Okay, well, I'm going to pull out the Hermit's book to show the book TikTok, and I want to see his reaction.
I mean, he seems, interested in the book as a novelty, but he doesn't. I mean, you don't see any connections being made between what you're trying to get him to note.
Going to ask TikTok to pull his sleeve up.
He looks a little uncomfortable, right? Like it's no, it's fine. So he
Get naked, boy.
yeah, he rolls his sleeve up, so you can see there's, quite a bit of writing tattooed all the way from, we'll say, like his wrist all the way up to his elbow. So maybe 100 words tattooed.
TikTok, what is tattooed from your wrist to your elbow?
TikTok.
Should have known that's what was going to happen.
To be fair, I did.
TikTok, is there any way you can explain that to me so that I will understand it?
TikTok.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
He doesn't understand the question. He doesn't know what you're trying to figure out.
What does the writing in your arm say? Is there a way for you to convey that?
He just shrugs and gives you a thumbs down.
Do you recognize the writing on this journal? And I hold him the Hermit's book.
Thumbs down.
He doesn't recognize the writing on it, but I can
Nope.
tell it's the same?
He can see it's the same, but he doesn't know what any of it means.
Oh, I see. Okay, then. TikTok, do you know anyone who can read this writing?
Thumbs down.
TikTok.
Is there a... Go ahead.
Do you know how you got these tattoos? If you don't understand what they mean or what they are, do you know how you got them?
Thumbs down.
TikTok, do you know when you got them?
Thumbs down.
Have you always had them?
And so the Raven has kind of like watched this happening, and so he steps in now and says, as far as we can tell, he can't remember anything past about 5 years ago when we found him. So I mean, we've tried talking to him before. I mean, he's fiercely loyal, but I mean, he understands a lot, but he can't remember much.
Where did you find him?
We were raiding a noble's house in the most affluent area of the city.
Noble name?
Uh, Appleseed.
Johnny.
And what was the area?
Actually, you know what? The noble's name was Dr. Stein.
Ooh.
Is that what you want to go with?
Yep.
Dr. Ben
All right,
Stein?
you were raiding Dr. Stein's house, and what was the area of the city?
It was the most affluent area of the city. So up near Bellfire's Keep. We were just there to make a raid, try to secure supplies. I mean, they do some fucked up things to the demi-humans over there. We
What
found
did you? Go ahead.
we found TikTok strapped to a table in the basement. As far as we can tell, he was experimented on and tortured until his mind broke. We don't know what they were trying to do with him, but we freed him and he escaped with us, and he's been with us ever since. And that was about 5 years ago.
What else did you take from Dr. Stein's house?
We went in there for money mostly. It was quite a while ago. I don't think we stole anything of note. Mostly just there for money.
Who else went to raid the house?
A couple of my stealthy friends. Most of them are dead at this point. Heather was there as well. Oh wait, no, Heather was new when you met her. So nope, they were. Everyone that was with me actually is dead.
Is the house that you raided the house that she's still at?
Yeah, as far as I know, she's still operating in the city.
Do you remember the layout of the house?
Yeah, I could probably jot something down for you. I mean, what are you thinking?
I would like a layout of the house, and specifically where did she found TikTok, if you could remember it. Outside of TikTok strapped to a table, what else is in the room that TikTok was in?
There was let's see if I remember. There were some verbal corpses stacked up. I mean, we weren't there for very long. A lot of equipment. I didn't understand most of it.
What did it look like?
Surgery supplies. Looked like a very large power source there as well. I wasn't there to steal research equipment, so I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. I didn't understand most of it either.
You were there to steal money or anything that was of value?
I mean, mostly money. I mean, this was pretty early on, and we had a hard time fencing a lot of our equipment, so we were there mostly just to steal money.
Did you steal money?
Yes,
How much?
1,000 gold.
Where did she keep her gold?
I mean, we've spent it. Food and supplies for the rebellion.
No. Where did she keep it? Her house?
There was a chest on the first floor. We found some of it. There was a safe that was fairly easy to crack. We found the remainder of it.
The safe, is that also on the first floor?
That was on the first floor, yeah.
Where you found TikTok, was that first floor, somewhere else?
I was in the basement.
Was there an upstairs as well? Was there a second floor, first floor, and
there-
basement?
There's probably 3 or 4. I mean, it's a very large house, so probably 3 or 4 floors above ground, and then I mean at least 1 floor underground. I'm not sure if it went deeper than that though.
How many floors did you specifically actually explore?
Just the first floor in the basement.
How big is the first floor?
10,000 square feet.
How many rooms
11.
in the basement?
It was just one big room.
When you entered the house, did you go through the first floor?
Yes.
Did you go through the front door, the back door, side door?
Okay. This. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
For real though.
Uh,
I'm gonna go to bed.
Oh wait, we're doing something. I was playing on my phone. I'm sorry.
Send me. You can send me a list of questions later. I'll answer them. You can spend all day going through the Ravens' adventures in the past. Important parts of this: Dr. Stein operated on TikTok and broke him.
Okay, that's my bad. I kind of got into a groove there.
Yeah, I noticed. All right. Anything else you guys want to do before Ezekiel heads to the library?
Oh wait, what was it that you were asking me? If you remember,
I don't fucking remember.
No, Ezekiel.
Oh, I think he was gonna ask you something on the way out.
Yeah.
I was just gonna read the note and say, I guess we don't need to go to Brishire now and tell him what my plan was that I had originally hijacked to try to go to Brishire, but now we don't need to, and hand him a note.
What does the note say?
Just assume that you had a copy of it.
No,
I
I
only
just sent
had-
it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. It says, I'm sure you've been seeking your family. I've done what I can to keep them safe these past 10 years. I'm sorry I could not convince your friend Malachi to leave Brightshire as well. I have not heard word of him since then, though rumors of unrest surrounding that city are afoot. I hold out hope that he was able to survive. I brought your wife and daughter to Lockport and secreted them amongst one of the safe houses that I know of. Unfortunately, I continue to attract attention and trouble from Bellfire, so I deemed it unsafe for them to continue to associate with me. I turned them over to Lynx and asked her to place them in one of her rebellion cells within the city. Only Lynx knows the identity of all the cell leaders to preserve the other cells, in case we are taken and questioned for information. This was over a year ago. I pray they are still safe, though none of us are truly safe in this world. I have sometimes questioned my decision over the past year, but I still deem it was the best decision with the options available. Lynx is the best person I know, and we must trust in her until we meet again. Scribble not. So I explained basically everything that I had done on the ship that night to convince what's his name to. I'm too tired for this.
First of all, rude. We've been traveling together for at least 10 years.
Yeah.
Second of all,
It's the first time we've had a moment alone together.
that is true.
And I'm gonna
So-
go tell them that we don't need to do that now. There's no reason to go to Brishire if they're here.
well, I think there might be clues as to what was happening with your family in Brishire, but
That's not
maybe
what I
it's
care
worth-
about, though. I care about finding them.
maybe it's worth trying to talk to Lynx before making any decisions on.
We don't have time. Lynx and Scribblenut are out on a mission right now, and we have a day. We have to leave, and we were gonna go to Brishire right after this stop.
We have a day to get back to the ship. Tell Lucius what we're planning. He can change the plans, right?
I mean, maybe. I don't think staying in the port longer is a good idea, though. When there's a dragon circling overhead. At this point, all I know is my family's here, and that's all that matters.
Do you plan on staying in Lockport then?
No, I can come back and look for them later, but I'm of no use to them if I'm killed by a dragon.
That's true, but then do you plan to go to Breeshire or Hanover Grove?
Hanover Grove. There's no reason to go to Brishire anymore.
I'm not sure if that's true as of yet, but I understand your concerns.
I get
I
that
still
you I get that you think you want answers, but I don't care about answers. I want to see my family.
Then wouldn't staying in Lockport help you see your?
Yeah, but if I'm dead, then I can't see my family. I want to liberate the city so they're safe, so that I'm safe to see them.
Wouldn't a Reaper around Lockport be more dangerous to your family? Anything else right now?
Splitting the party would be even worse than that.
Who said we have to split the party?
I had to secretly go behind everybody's back to convince them to go to Brishire. Do you think that they're going to want to stop everything they're doing when we've promised Novstred that we would go free his entire race for my family?
Damn right.
I know
Hey,
what
you're
I
not
did. I
here.
know what I did was wrong. But honestly, I don't care. But the reason why I did it was because I wasn't sure when we were going to have access to a boat again. But now that I know they're on the same continent as me, I don't really care. I can come back on foot if I have to.
We don't have to tell anybody about plan to go to Breeshire, and
You're missing the point.
considering
You're missing the point.
I think that we can find a way to spare a couple of days in order to make sure your family is safe in Lockport. We've already dealt with the teleportation device once. I'm sure that we'll find someone who can make another one to bring us back to the ship that's on the way to Hanover Grove. I think there's a way to make this work, but we need to be honest with the rest of the party.
Well,
Semi-honest.
For the first time in our friendship, I'm going to snap at him and say, "This isn't your decision to make," and I'm just going to keep walking towards the library.
I think that's a great place to leave it. It's 11:40, and I can feel Seth suffering through his through his microphone.
Yeah, I feel like complete garbage.
I know. I didn't notice it at first, and I noticed you getting more and more sniffly as we went on. So I think that's a great place to leave it. So we'll pick up with Ezekiel going to the library. We get back together.
Yeah, and I'm still in my tree.
Excellent art, by the way.
I'm still in my tree.
All right, so just real quick, 20.
You broke up
So
a little.
sorry,
You broke up.
so the 23rd doesn't work for me because I'm going to be in Albany.
I'm also going to be out of town.
So can we possibly do the 16th or
We cannot. I will be traveling to Terrytown.
okay? How about Chris? How long are you out of town? No, the other one.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Let's start with both. So
I'll
let's
go.
see, if the 16th doesn't work, how about the 17th?
17th is fine for me.
Oh
If
shit,
not-
St. Patrick's Day.
it's still. I'm gone 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Okay. how
Actually,
about-
I'm back. I get back home sometime on the 18th. Like I think the training shit is from 9 to 5 in Terrytown, and I'm driving back.
okay. How about the 24th?
I
Is
have
for-
to work until 8 and then drive back here, so I can start later.
24th wouldn't work for me either because I'm flying back that night.
All right. Well, only
What about like 15th, 22nd?
Sunday the 15th shouldn't be a big deal for me.
I can do the 15th too.
I can also do that.
That's
Um,
fine for me.
Hey.
Alrighty.
I
If
didn't hear
it's
from
the
Seth, but it's possible that he died at his desk. So
he
It's fine
probably
with me.
died. With it being the 15th, we need to start later, earlier. Can we start later, earlier? Doesn't matter to anybody.
Not
8 o'clock's
really.
I
yeah,
get
8
up
o'clock's a
so
good
early
time
early.
for me. Yeah,
Okay.
because then Annette and Liam are in bed and dogs are taken care of. Like 8 o'clock's a good time for me to get going.
All right.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Fun time as always.
Yes.
Chris Barmundi, great pirate voice.
Excellent.
Kudos. So
I'll have to go back and listen to it later.
it was excellent. So great job.
Thank you.
All right, so I got 5 days to figure out how I'm going to escape this city by myself.